Hey, pre-notification gang. Coming along great, Rip. Oh, hold on, I need to check something. Can you hear this? No, you can't. Alright, gotta fix that. Probably not watching it tonight, it's just I need to fix the sound. Oh, thank you for 5 gift subs, Mobius. Thank you for that, man. Thanks for the resub. Hide. I don't know why you guys can't hear it. Thanks for the resub, Damon. A current affair. Yeah. Current affair used to have a bunch of bangers. Last couple times we checked though, they didn't have much. Thanks for the resub Banana Milk. And the Prime Roman and the resub Pixel. You see Troy Dan's breakup stream? No. I did not. Why aren't you getting desktop audio? You can't hear this, right? Very peculiar. Is the resub Insomniac? I'll figure it out. You just gotta give me some time. Thanks to the resub Stabby and Rambo. You hear the KFC drama? First I've heard of that. You can tell me about it in a second. I'm trying to figure out why you can't hear the videos. I have to use a different streaming program because Streamlabs has a giant security flaw. Thanks to gift sub Gray. So I'm trying to reset all this up. No, I haven't, Nady. Thank you for the bits, Magoo. The resub Twisted. And the bits Vub. The bits Psych. Thanks the resub Killzone. What do you think will become of EDP after all the drama? Well, he can never really show his face on the internet ever again. Yeah, having a hard time doing that in public too. There's a tier 1 Shimmy and the Prime Chard. Resub Left Toe Nut. Glad you like the shirts. Why can't I see the audio in here? How do I fix this? Oh, maybe, hold on. Oh, hold on a second. Nope, that didn't work. God damn. Thanks to the Prime J Snacks and the resub Bimmy and the Prime Marvel. The Lego iceberg sounds underwhelming, but maybe. Let's try this. Nope. Man, what the fuck? How do you add something to the audio mixer for as like a source? Because it's just not letting me. There's a tier 1 Scraper and the Prime New Best Renegade and the tier 1 Johnny and the resub Jupiter and the Prime Frank and 1,000 bits Chon Yu and the bits Kaiten, AJ, and Star and FX. Yeah, this is just not working. Thanks to the resub Griffin and the Prime Mectic. Have you revisited Baseball Doesn't Exist? Not in a little while. Thanks to the 5 gift subs, CJ. Thank you for the generosity, man. And the resub Shaolin Knights. And the gift sub Space. Yeah, I cannot get OBS to pick up sound. Video sound, that is. Thanks to resub Ross, Dan, and Bartage. And the Prime Shadow. How do you add something to the audio mixer? Because it's not letting me. Thanks for your subs, Soggy, and the tier 1 Dobby, and 5 gift subs, Evanator. Thank you, Evan. Let me try something. Jesus Christ. Well, that didn't work. This is super frustrating. I'm sure I'll figure it out soon, though. Thanks to resub Rhetoric. And the Prime Genghis Khan. And the gift sub Ahi. The resub Matthew. G Chillin. And the tier 1 Ahi again. The Prime Sakukin. And tier 1 Offensive Emu. Yeah, I can't get this to work. And the resub Amity and Funk. It's an OBS tutorial. I just read like the entire OBS thing, and every time I try and add a new source here, it just doesn't work. Thanks to tier 1 mildly overweight guy in the resub, Alex. And Funk. I don't understand. That's exactly what I did. Just go to audio output, new source. I'm just getting the audio straight from the computer. And it doesn't enter the mixer. It just doesn't go in. So no matter what I do, it just doesn't get any audio levels for some reason. Last time I used OBS, I didn't have this problem. It was just very quiet. The only reason you heard it at all is because it was coming out of my earbud. It's not that it was very quiet. You couldn't hear it. You could only get like a small echo from my earbuds. These are the gift subs Soggy and the Prime Murik. The bits Crunchy and GIF. Don't you normally use Streamlabs? Yeah, but I can't anymore. Well, at least not for the foreseeable future. There's a massive security flaw where people can just take your shit. Like, it's crazy. I was reading a whole thread about it. There is an absolutely massive flaw with Streamlabs right now. But I can't get OBS to work right now. It is just not allowing me to put a new audio source in here, so you just can't hear my computer. Thanks, Resub Waifu. And Prime Weirdo. Let me try one more thing. See if this works. Can you hear this now?
For online content creators, the unavoidable subject of 2021 has been NFTs, from incredibly cringeworthy ape profile pics to incomprehensibly tasteless tributes to deceased celebrities.
Let's fucking go. All right, fixed it. We're good. Was it a new scene? No, I just needed to change 2 settings in the current scene. But I got it to work. Thanks to the gift sub Buffa and Tier 1 Glopsis. Took a while, but we got there. Thanks to the bits 20. Have you heard about Amica, the humanoid robot? No. Sounds cool. He's a Tier 1 cozy. This? And some iRobot shit. Look at the bit sailor. Woo! Thanks to the 5 gift subs, Tempest. Hope you're doing well. Thanks to the gift sub, Charlie. Resub, Zelk. And the Prime, Epic in Tier 1 Pain. Watch the best anime of 2021. Why would I do that? Why would I watch just the best of anime? Thanks to the Prime, Train in the Bits Buffa. And the resub Wayne. Look into Addison Rae's skincare brand. Why? Is there something crazy with it? Is it one of those things that uses like a, what was it, like baby foreskin or whatever? Let me see. What am I looking for? Now I'm just getting ads for her skincare. Oh, I see. Addison Rae going with the Valkyrie approach. Blue light blocking skincare. Interesting. Why is this on .esports? Does Addison Rae do more than dance on TikTok? Does she also compete at League of Legends at a high level or something? Does blue light even affect the skin? No. All the publicly available studies indicate that it does not damage your skin. But it's just a really good marketing ploy, which is why the Valkyrie one was... It would have popped off if there wasn't so much backlash. Addison Rae, though, is much smarter because her audience is much younger. They have no idea what blue light is. They'll just buy it because Addison Rae said so. Thanks to the Prime DJ, and the resubs Stoner and Tempest, and Solator, and the 5 gift subs Mimily. Thank you for that. And the Tier 1 Now and Ben, and the 5 gift subs Crumple. Thank you, Crumple, and the resub Shyla, and the bits Gray. And the resub Jack. Yeah, we can do some Mr. Nightmare later. I want to see this humanoid robot.
You might have seen a video doing the rounds of a grey robot that looks ultra lifelike. Is it real? Is it fake? Well, at CES 2022, Amica the robot was on show, and let me tell you, the experience of interviewing this robot was very uncanny.
It doesn't seem that realistic. Like, I wouldn't be confusing this for a human.
So Morgan, tell me, you've got Amica there next to you. This is a very lifelike robot. Why would you design a robot that looks so human?
Yeah, well, the main use case for a humanoid robot right now is for entertainment, is for communication, and is for interaction with
the robot looks
people.
so nervous.
Amica is the pinnacle of what we can do, but it's still not exactly like a human.
We
didn't want to make it look exactly like a human. We wanted to make it look like a robot. It's the vision of what humanoid robots in the future. You've seen all of the films. They all look like this.
Such a good movie.
So design something
Hello, my robot.
What we envisage humanoid robots to be in the future.
And how do you create those really human expressions? I mean, looking at Amica responding to you, there's little movements of eyebrows, if you can call them eyebrows. How did you actually build the robot to look so
Why is it winking? Is it flirting right now?
Well, what we do is we first look at a real
It looks like
human.
me when I used to get blackout drunk but pretend I was still sober.
What does a real human do? How do they move? And then we take that animation and we design mechanics around it. So the mechanics can only do what a human can do. Yeah, see, she whacked me. Once we've got that, then it's quite easy to automate
LA Noire facial expressions.
Whatever the mechanics do looks lifelike. So Amica's got quite a few motors in its head, but we can see Amica going through some facial expressions now, opening her mouth. A big wide smile is one of the things that we want Amica to do.
So, she's so happy.
Big smile, Amica. Lovely. Very thoughtful.
Thanks to resub Battle Cat and Bob in the bits coffin.
Where would we kind of see this robot Amica out in the wild?
This is mainly probably service robotics. So the actual interaction with humans, moving around in a human space, that's going to come in the future. Well, I'm talking probably
robots just don't really need a face, though. Like, what benefit does that provide?
In, say, 10, 20 years from now, that we could see Amica robots walking, running, dancing, climbing? Are they going to start looking like Boston Dynamics robots that can run across a field at speed?
So, like, this is what I think all robots... Like, if we do get to a point where robots work in, like, the service industry and shit, this is exactly what I think they'd need to look like. They don't need, like, a fucking face that emotes at me. I don't need to wonder if my waitress is a human or synth, you know? Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't do anything. It's just a waste of resources. Just make it functional.
I'm asking and also almost afraid of the answer here.
So this is why we created the artificial body. And the artificial body is a human-like form
that everyone can relate to,
everyone can interact with without having to look through a user manual.
So what kind of level of artificial intelligence have you baked in terms of the communication capabilities and
Amica's fully sentient.
Understanding and responding, even speaking to you?
We even gave her a soul.
There's some artificial intelligence, and most of the artificial intelligence at the minute that is on Amica is revolving around the vision system. So Amica does actually have a camera in each of its eyes, so it can see what's going on. So it can detect people, it can track their face, it can detect other objects, such as my finger. It can follow my finger around.
It's pretty slow on the response.
And then it can see it move backwards then.
What did you kind of think of the internet's response to Amica?
It's the emotion and how it moves, the emotion that you get out of the face. Suddenly, that just sparked something in the social media universe, and we were incredibly surprised that overnight it became a sensation. We got 24 million views on one Twitter post, and Elon Musk even commented on that post. So incredible response, and
yeah, it was a pretty good response, I guess.
Now. This is the first time this has been shown off in public, and we're expecting to be very busy showing off Amica.
Thanks to give sub Alexa the bits buffer.
How do you think humans respond to something when it's a bit like them, but it's still got that uncanny element?
What we found was when you try and make it look ultra lifelike, to our other mesmer line, it looks a bit more sinister because it's right in the uncanny valley.
Oh!
But actually, when we created Amica,
what was that, an orgasm bot?
Out of the uncanny valley because it looks less human, because it's plastic, because it's metal, and because it's of grey skin. It's suddenly, oh, hello, people seem to respond to that quite positively, and people like this much more than they liked the ultra realistic.
Yeah, true. I could see why.
When you're demoing Amica, what are some of your favorite things to do to kind of show the power of that interaction and just how impressive those lifelike features are?
Yes, as we've demonstrated, the reacting to personal space, but we can also talk to Amica. So I can say, hello Amica, how are you?
I am doing well, thank you.
Oh, Amica.
Can
you shut the fuck up?
We've created Amica.
Jesus Christ.
So it's more lifelike than any other robot. The shoulder movements are just like human movements. You have movements in the center as well as out at the shoulder. And that actually means that instead of hitting me, Amica can move a hand all the way up to the side
Is he
of
about
head.
to get slapped?
I'm interested to know maybe how the robot is finding Vegas or CES.
How are you finding Las Vegas and CES?
Well, as a robot, I actually don't feel anything at all. But if I did feel, I would feel happy to be here.
Do you see a robot like this becoming an accepted part
very
of our
Skynet.
lives? Do you see it maybe being something I might ask a question of at the airport, or would I have an Amica robot in my home helping me out?
So most of the use cases for this will be the interaction. So yes, in the airport, that's a great use
Swift.
because you can either have many humans, or you can have many humans and many robots, and you can have that interaction in the same way. Having it in your home is probably not something that's going to happen in the near future. A robot like this can do many tasks, just like a human, but there are other robots that you can get that will do those tasks.
Yeah, Roombas are classic.
A lot better because they're designed for the job.
Yeah.
And a lot cheaper, and you can get them today. So
Prime
why
software.
would you buy a humanoid robot that will probably cost more than your house? Maybe in the future, maybe in 50 years' time. But I'm going to say right now, I don't think you'll have one of these in your home in the next decade.
What does it feel like to work on something that's had such a huge response and to be at that bleeding edge of robotics? Is it something you tell your mates down in the pub that you're working on a robot that could one day be the future of society in robotics?
It's a fantastic thing to do. It's a fantastic technology.
I don't know when you can fuck it. I didn't make the Amica robot. Jesus Christ.
I
ask him.
Over the next 10 years,
better yet, ask Amica.
Innovating and continue to spark people's imagination and continue with this social media sensation. So everyone actually then knows who Amica is.
Thank you for the interview.
Thank you, Amica, for being here. Bye-bye.
All right, tell me what you think about Amica the robot. Totally freaked out, or is it really, really cool?
I'd say it's a blend of both. I think she was awesome. She was great, really. Very human-like. Thanks to the resub Wavy and the Tier 1 Besrin. The bits Snow, Crying, and Scrunchy. Just as a little heads up, if you're putting a message with your bits, I can't read it. So, just want to get that out there. Thanks to the Prime God's Hero. Thanks to the Bits Sailor. I saw yours in chat, and I've already seen that video. That's about the cock hacker. The guy who hacked into the chastity cages. Thanks to resub Lilith. I'm glad to hear everything's alright and looking up. That's great news, Lilith. Thanks to the Bits Banana. I'm using OBS instead of Streamlabs this time, which is why everything's a little rough right now, because I haven't used OBS in a long time, but I can't use Streamlabs right now because of a giant security flaw. like a massive one. So for the time being, it's going to be OBS, so I got to relearn how to use it well. There's the Prime Scrap Man and the Resub 130. There's the Prime Syrup Dude. And the Bits Blue Soul. You do anything during the day? Yeah, I usually do. I didn't really do much today, though. There's the Prime Egan. And the Resub Chub. Have you seen scamming people out of $4 billion? Isn't it about the North Korean hack? It's not a scam, right? No, I don't think I've seen this. I've never even heard of this story. Scamming poor people out of $4 billion. Holy shit. They scam every poor person in the world? My god.
Meet Joe Lowe. At just 28 years old, he managed to steal over $4.4 billion in straight cash from the Malaysian government, making him have more spending power than anyone else on Earth. This is a story of how an average teenager from an average town became an international playboy, financed the Wolf of Wall Street movie, bought his very own private jets, stole billions from a sovereign wealth fund, becoming a global fugitive in the process that's still on the run, all before his 35th birthday.
And now, Joe Lowe is on the lam.
Lowe is wanted to face criminal charges over the 1MDB scandal.
The huge mega yacht, that part of our money should be returned
to
Malaysia.
Let me explain. Joe Lowe.
Alright, I don't mean to blue ball you, but just give me 1 second. I gotta do something real quick. I'll be right back. Oh, also a heads up. I will be staying on Twitch. That's my big announcement. I re-signed with Twitch. So with that comes the responsibility of ads when I have to do something, so just a heads up. I'm not blowing up a car or anything. Be right back. Hold on. Okay, be right back. fucking back. Exit tier 1, mental mirror. And the resub cosmic drifted. In tier 1, Dr. Oh wait, Drare Heel. I'm sure I fucked your name up. Sorry. Thanks for resub, Mickey. But I did try. All right, let's ride.
Was born into a well-off family. Definitely not billionaire kind of rich, but the I sent my kids to international boarding school kind of rich. His family put a lot of importance on education and sent him to some of the best schools in England and the US, which meant Joe Low rubbed shoulders with actual wealthy families, Middle Eastern royalty, old money trust fund babies, and the kind of kids that would expect a supercar and a performance by Britney Spears for their birthday. But despite going to the same school, Joe never really felt like he belonged. When his friends came to visit him in Malaysia, he used his dad's friends' houses and luxury yachts to pretend they were his own. He made friends with other Malaysian rich kids, and even called himself the Malaysian prince at school. All Joe Low ever wanted was to be accepted into high society. He would spend hours researching cool music and hairstyles, blew off school, and did anything he could to make his rich friends respect him. But it was never enough.
You telling me this guy was researching cool music and hairstyles and then went with like the most generic NPC hairstyle imaginable? Are you kidding me? Bro, he could have done like a giant mohawk? Cornrows? Man, I don't know. What the fuck is this? No frosted tips or anything? It's like he didn't even try.
Styles, blew off school, and did anything he could to make his rich friends respect him more. But it was never enough. He was still an outsider. So when he graduated, he decided to change that. He used his years of lying, faking being rich, and doing anything to fit in with the elites to set up his very own business that would one day make him a billionaire.
Give some coffee.
You see, his life among the wealthy elite had taught him one thing. Wealth and influence, or even just the appearance of it, opens doors. And this lesson would make Joe Low one of the greatest con men the world has ever seen.
Joe Low is a great name for someone who's gonna scam people for $4 billion. It just really rolls off the tongue. Thanks to resub vintage in the prime can. Thanks to give sub 13. And the resub Chomper and
Joe Low was born on a small Malaysian island called Penang. His family came from China, and his dad had made millions investing in a clothing manufacturing business. So Joe and his siblings were sent off to Harrow School in London, one of the most prestigious schools in the world, founded all the way back in 1572. Here, Joe got his first taste of real riches. His family's villa and millions seemed like a lot in Malaysia, but next to the kids of Middle Eastern oil tycoons and European royalty, the small wealth his family had started to look like chump change. He knew that if he could just make the right friends in the right places, he would be one step closer to joining the wealthy elite himself. So he lied about almost everything. About how much money his family had, who he was, where he lived, anything to get in with the rich kids. And it worked. One of his best friends at Harrow was Riza Aziz, the stepson of a Malaysian government official who would become essential to his scheme. For university, he chose the Wharton Business School in Pennsylvania, not because of the world-class curriculum or teachers, but because that's where Donald Trump and Warren Buffett had attended. For his 21st birthday, he spent $40,000 of his dad's money to book out a nightclub and an open bar. He made everyone that was invited feel like VIPs because his school years had taught him another lesson. Everyone craves to feel important. Make people feel important, and they'll become addicted to the drug that is you. So he played on that. And when he wasn't busy wooing the rich kids, he was plagiarizing reports from the Wall Street Journal for his school's newspaper. For some reason, no one noticed.
Why is that helpful?
And Joe got the reputation of being a genius stock picker, all the while copying word for word what other people wrote. His plan was working. He was making all the right friends and building up his socialite persona far away from home. So when he graduated, instead of looking for work at an investment firm or bank, he decided to start a company of his own. Little did he know the opportunities that were about to come his way.
Next to resub Kaiser and Connor. Hey Connor. Is that real Connor? That's cute.
Joe's very first company was the Winton Group. He was planning to win tons of money, Winton, so the name stuck. He used his new Middle Eastern friends to get a meeting with the guys who ran Abu Dhabi's Sovereign Wealth Fund. You can think of a sovereign wealth fund as basically a government's hedge fund. They try to grow that money through investments to, in theory, reinvest back into the country. And Joe Low getting his foot into the door of Abu Dhabi's sovereign wealth fund was a really big deal because it's one of the biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world. Today it has nearly $700 billion, which is as big as Warren Buffett's Berkshire Hathaway. At his initial meeting with the fund, Joe realized something crazy. One of the biggest sovereign wealth funds in the world was run by just two young guys, both in their late 20s at the time.
What? You're telling me this guy is in his late 20s? What? No, I don't buy that. What, are you kidding me? No chance. At the time. I figured he would have used like a young photo of him. This I could believe. I guess this is like a modern photo of him then? I thought they'd take like a picture of him at the time.
Two young guys, both in their late 20s at the time. This got him thinking. Malaysia had a sovereign wealth fund, but nothing like Abu Dhabi's. Abu Dhabi's could also borrow money to invest. You could invest with leverage. If these two 20-something euros could run Abu Dhabi's, why couldn't he run Malaysia's? But to do that, he would need someone with a lot of influence to back him up. But luckily, his years of networking had given him the perfect person. His best friend from school's stepfather, the Malaysian government official Najib Razak. At the time, Najib was Malaysia's deputy prime minister, just one step away from the top position. Even if he didn't have the power to hand over Malaysia's money to Joe, he was in a high enough position to give him all the support he needed. Joe Low just needed to get his attention. By luck, around the same time Joe Low was seriously looking for a way to get into Najib's good graces, Malaysia's sovereign wealth fund, called Khazanah, was looking for investors for a construction project. Joe immediately called his friends in Abu Dhabi and got them to agree to a meeting. Cleverly, he offered Najib all the credit if the deal went through, and when it eventually did go through, he became the deputy prime minister's favorite money man. Najib's newfound popularity for making deals happen helped him become the prime minister in 2009. Joe Low had bided his time and paid his dues. Now it was time to cash in.
Can you please change this video to something else not so boring? What do you want, Krispy Kreme? Scamming $4 billion is apparently not exciting. What do you want? Is it gonna be like some meme compilation? Best anime fights of 2019? On you, Krispy Kreme. What do you want me to see? Give me something exciting. What's on your mind? This is your time, Cream. You put it in caps locked and tagged me, so you really wanted me to see it. So what do you want? Thanks to the resub Omega Wolf. NFL Big Hits compilation. Thanks to the bits Sinister. They didn't leave, they're still here. What are you talking about? I see him in the chat. He just hasn't said anything. Thanks to the gift sub What Champ. The Prime Dander. I saw the Final Fantasy X video. Yeah, he said, 2 seconds, I'm looking it up, which means it's going to be trash. Thanks to the bit sweeper, but I'm excited. Thanks to the resub Rincept. Thanks to the resub Lord Cheese. No, I didn't go to Gasparilla. Fuck no. Not this year. Could you sell your chicken recipe / cookbooks? No. I couldn't do that. That would go against everything my mother's cooking stands for. Okay, this guy just he's really fucking panicking or something. I don't know. Exit resub resume.
After Najib became prime minister, Zhou Lo found himself in a position of unlimited influence, and he wasted no time using it. As soon as Prime Minister Najib was sworn in, he approached him with the idea of creating a new sovereign wealth fund that would work just like the ones in the Middle East. Najib had complete trust in Zhou's abilities, so he agreed. They called it the One Malaysia Development Berhad, or the 1MDB Fund. It was supposed to invest in green energy and tourism jobs. Najib was the fund's chairman, and Zhou Lo an unofficial advisor. Zhou had the prime minister in the palm of his hand. Zhou had helped him reach the highest point in the Malaysian government, so whatever Zhou requested was as good as done. Just imagine the kind of power you could have if you had the prime minister of any country in the palm of your hands. Just 2 months after 1MDB was created,
but he didn't really do
deal.
anything.
Zhou Lo had
it seems
convinced
so
Najib
easy
and
to
his
scam
wife that
someone.
he had the key to Middle Eastern investments and introduced them to a Saudi Arabian prince. The only problem was this prince was no real prince and had no access to the oil money 1MDB were chasing after. The prince and Zhou discussed 1MDB investing in the national oil company Petro Saudi, but here's the thing. The money they made wouldn't just go towards developing Malaysia, but it would also go towards the prime minister. The prime minister would be able to use the money for whatever political purpose he wanted. The idea of so much money at the prime minister's disposal must have been tempting, because it didn't take that much time for Najib to agree, and the deal of a lifetime was on. 1MDB would invest $1 billion into Petro Saudi. Just 1 month after meeting for the first time, the joint venture between 1MDB and Petro Saudi was signed. Zhou Lo had just successfully gotten permission to transfer a whopping $1 billion in cash from Malaysia's bank account to another bank account. But here's the thing.
Why?
Zhou was the one in charge of transferring that cash. He could obfuscate the transaction in a way where it looked like the Saudis got their $1 billion, but in reality, it went into his own pockets. See, Zhou was smart. He had filled 1MDB staff with people loyal to him. So when the time came, they arranged for just 300 mil of that $1 billion to be transferred into the actual joint venture account with Petro Saudi, while the rest of that $700 million flowed not to the Petro Saudi joint venture, but to Good Start Limited, a shell company with a bank account in Switzerland. The shell company was based in the Seychelles, a tiny yet infamous secrecy haven. Good Start Limited was what's called a bearer share company, meaning that whoever held the physical stock certificate, whoever held that literal piece of paper in their hands, owned the company. And who do you think held onto the single stock certificate of Good Start Limited? Zhou Lo. And this shell company that is very hard to connect to Zhou Lo just got $700 million richer. In exchange for the magic trick, Zhou Lo paid over $100 million to his two friends in Abu Dhabi. And after it was all said and done, Zhou Lo has successfully pulled off one of the greatest financial frauds in history, and was now halfway there to becoming a billionaire. How did he get away with this? He explained that Malaysia had to repay a debt before the joint venture could continue, and Good Start Limited was actually a company owned by the Saudis. I mean, I don't understand how all this high finance works. I guess I'll just believe what our sovereign wealth manager says. But Zhou Lo was far from done.
I just can't believe how easy it must be. All he does is just say like, yeah, I'll do it. And then you're like, okay, cool. They don't even like ask anything else.
With one successful con under his belt, Zhou started looking for more. 600 million was great and all, but there was still opportunity to make even more. So Lo focused on his next targets. Tim Lesner, head of Goldman Sachs Asia division. He had given him the special treatment he learned in school, he flew him out to Abu Dhabi, got him meetings with one of the richest sheiks in the world, and made sure he had the complete luxury experience. Why was Tim Lesner a target? Because he was about to get 1MDB $3.5 billion from bond sales to buy coal power plants. They were going to package these power plants into one company and go public on the Malaysia Stock Exchange. Zhou hoped this money would help cover 1MDB's losses. The only problem was, 1MDB had no credit rating, so bond sales were almost impossible. Which is where Tim Lesner came in. He knew the right people to bribe to get the company listed, and that's exactly what he did. Over the next few years, Goldman Sachs gave 1MDB over $5 billion.
How would there already be a Super Bowl promo out? They usually don't do that till like the day before. Let's see. Super Bowl halftime show. This is an 18-minute video from like a random channel with 9 views. This is absolutely just your channel. But nice, we fucking made it!
billion from bond sales. Every time they sent the money, a lot of it would be siphoned off into offshore accounts owned by Joe Low. He paid the Prime Minister and Tim Lesner's their cuts and kept the rest for himself. Joe Low was still in his 20s at the time, and he had played his scheme so well that he had governments and massive corporations eating out the palm of his hand, and his offshore bank accounts ballooned to billions. Now it was time to enjoy the fruits of his labor.
And then he funds Wolf of Wall Street. So he just took 4.4 billion from governments. I don't know why he's saying poor people. It seems like it just comes from governments. For most of the billionaires you see on the Forbes list, most of their net worth is tied up in company stock, like Elon with Tesla or Bezos with Amazon stock. But Joe Low was different. His $4.4 billion was in straight hard liquid cash. He had more spending power than anyone on Earth. Joe Low had finally made it. He was rich, and not just comfortable kind of rich. Oh no, Joe Low was obscenely rich. And now it was time to party. He would buy out clubs, throw secret parties with people like Leonardo DiCaprio and Paris Hilton, and even gave Kim Kardashian a Ferrari as a wedding gift. He bought a private jet, luxury yachts, and multi-million-dollar mansions all over the US, but not even that was enough. In an incredibly ironic move, Joe Low pretty much financed the entire Wolf of Wall Street movie with money he stole from the Malaysian governments. Seriously, not making this up. He was such great friends with Leo that he gifted him millions of dollars of rare arts. Back in Malaysia, people were asking questions about the 1MDB fund and how the money was being used. But with the Prime Minister on his side, he didn't really have much to worry about. He bought the Prime Minister's wife millions in jewelry, financed the Prime Minister's political campaigns, and was always around when Najib needed advice. In exchange, the Prime Minister didn't care how much Joe took out of the fund. For Joe, there was nowhere to go but up. All he had to do was keep Najib in power, and he could keep spending. So he let the Prime Minister hand out millions to charities and throw massive campaign events on an almost limitless budget, all coming out of one must have been lit.
Joe Low was untouchable, or so he thought.
Till one day they asked, hey, what does Joe Low do? And no one had an answer. Like, I could immediately see how this all comes crumbling down.
By 2014, 1MDB was hemorrhaging money. It was losing more than it could explain. By this point, 1MDB went from apparently having billions to having 10 billion in debts and only $20 million in cash.
Ooh.
Joe Low pulled a desperate move. He tried to make 1MDB shares public, hoping that the public would come flocking to buy shares and give him some cash to work with. But that didn't work. He and Goldman Sachs' Tim Lesner had become so caught up in the money and success that they were blind to the trouble they were about to face. And trouble came quicker than expected. By 2015, a Swiss banker named Javier Justo leaked over 230,000 confidential emails to the press. In this massive data dump was the information that would bring Joe Low's scheme to light. A journalist for the Sarah Walker Reports published an expose linking Joe Low
literally just said, "I'll do it,"
to the disappearing money of 1MDB. This news caused a civil war in the Malaysian government. Najib and Joe denied doing anything wrong, but that didn't help. Hundreds of thousands of Malaysians protested against Najib and his government, but Najib still had faith he could stay in power and that everything would be fine. But as expected, he lost the next election and was arrested for trying to flee the country in 2018. And Joe Low, he was long gone. Almost $1 billion of the money he stole had been seized, but Joe himself has disappeared into thin air.
Joe.
All we know for sure today is that he's somewhere in China. His love for luxury and fame didn't die down though, as he's sometimes spotted in clubs or private parties, only to disappear soon after. The last widely reported sighting of him in the news was ironically in Wuhan, back in February 2020, when the world was getting really riled up.
Thanks to the bit snow. He could be at any club at any time.
Joe Low was able to pull off one of the greatest heists in history is because government funds are not transparent at all. Here is how it works.
Clearly,
the government takes money from you at the point of a gun in the form of taxes, and they'll say it's for important infrastructure. Think airports, hospitals, research facilities, or California's high-speed rail that burned through $100 billion.
Partying.
Projects that provide people with electricity, housing, water, healthcare, internet, transportation, etc. And then they funnel your money into private companies that build that infrastructure. The problem is, in many cases, the only companies that get these contracts are the friends and families of the politician. The public has no idea how this money is being spent. There is no incentive to spend the money well. Money just gets taken from your wallet and is transferred to the pockets of your politician's friends and family. The problem is these infrastructure projects, these, we'll call them public-private partnerships, or P3s for short, are actually really important. Not only because they provide crucial infrastructure for us, but because they can be an extremely profitable investment. But as we mentioned, Public-private partnerships have only ever been available to the ultra-wealthy and are ripe with corruption, thanks to how not transparent they are. That's where something called Delta P3 comes in. Much like startups that have democratized investing in things like fine arts, Delta P3 democratizes investing into these large-scale infrastructure projects that move the
stealth ad. Good for Joe! He really fucked us. But he's partying. Thanks to resub panties. And the tier 1 undead. So it was a Doritos commercial, eh? I'll look it up again. Nope. Still just brings up the same thing. I guess we'll just see during the Super Bowl. Thanks to the Prime Spooked. Seeing the guy who gets rejected on TikTok Live happens every day. Thanks to Prime Viper. Usually they're pretty underwhelming. Why is the face cam so big? Is it? I can't tell on my end here. I'll make it smaller. I'm not on my normal setup. You keep saying do time-lapse of the future. You keep copy and pasting it in caps, and you can't just spell future correct? Like not one time you can't just change it to properly spell future? And I can't click links, so stop dropping a link, Crispy. Just tell me the name. Yeah, I've already seen the time-lapse of the future. This 12-year-old genius made 400K in 9 hours selling NFTs. Anyone can, really, it seems like. The only good NFT project is this guy. I've mentioned him multiple times, and I'll do it again. This fucking guy's king. This guy just takes a selfie of himself every day, sells it as an NFT, and he's made over $1 million. He is still popping off. This is the only NFT Chad, the only one I respect. Thanks to Prime, Tom York, and Stoxo, and the Bits Jelly Rolls. That makes me so butthurt. Just do it yourself, take some selfies. Mint it on the blockchain. You too could be the next, I don't remember his name. This guy. Hear about the guy who shaved his nuts on stream? Of course I did. Thanks to Prime Dachshund. The video Crispy wants you to watch is titled Weird Woman's Butt Swapped with Her Mouth and Vice Versa. Wow. That does sound like a banger. I don't know what I was expecting. Let me look it up over here. Weird, 3 exclamation points. Oh, Jesus Christ. One of these videos, eh, big guy? I think I'll pass. That's a real movie. Yeah, I immediately recognize that. You ever watch Willy's Wonderland? I did. It was enjoyable. It wasn't like great or anything, but it was goofy. Had fun. Thanks to give some Crux. The Mystical Flute Man. Why does that sound so familiar? Is this that performative piece where that guy wears like a giant stick on his cock and like hits a pull-up bar with it or whatever? No, it's not the same thing? Okay, I'll look it up then. What was it? Mystical Flute? Magical Flute? What the fuck was it? I already forgot. Thanks for the resub, Rob. The resub Hyperion. Mystical Flute Man. That's what it was. This?
He's here.
He's a tier 1. Taz.
Hey!
Hey!
How you doing, man? How you been?
It's the Mystical Flute Wizard.
It's been a long time since I've seen you. I'm the one that always comes here listening to you.
Thanks a Prime. Mace?
Oh god, he's got the backing tracks.
Ooh. It's about to be dubstep? God damn, he's kind of going in. Why not just do this on the street and get money for it? Just does it in an abandoned garage. He's got a warm-up. True. This is cool. Thanks, resub Arjax. Yeah, I'm sure he's doing it for the reverb. Real life Easter egg. Damn, he really just fucking crushes it for 8 minutes, huh? Thanks for the gift sub Rez and the Prime Giant Squid. That was cute. It looks like this guy, like, finds him out in the wild occasionally. Just hunts him. Thanks for the resub, Kevin. He makes money by DMCA. That'd be genius. Thanks for the Prime, Grizzly. Barcode jamming. What the fuck is that? This? Is it a sport? God damn! Sounds like something in Cyberpunk. This is cool. I like this a lot. Yeah. Well, that was cool. Oh, is that what this guy does? He just plays the barcode? There's a good sub Wolf in Kaz. The resub Disiltum. The gift sub EJ. This is cool. I've never seen this. Nice. Someone said the fourth video is the best one, so I'm guessing this one. What a wild band. There's a prime person in the resub Spooky. The hillbillies of the future. Yeah, this is like very cyber redneck. That was cool. Do they still do this stuff? Oh yeah, he's still jamming. Electric fan harp in the bathhouse and the handy barcode boarding. Oh, it's a tech deck. I didn't even know barcodes made a sound. Maybe get some Shanks and resub Birdman. They're modded? Yeah, I guess that makes sense. God, that's pretty fucking cool, man, yeah. Even had it speak in words. Hey, Socks. Exit Tier 1 Antero. And Prime Cozy. And the resub Mitchell. Clowncore. We've seen Clowncore. It's not as interesting as you'd think. I thought it'd be goofier, but it wasn't. Exit Prime G and resub Pope. Yeah, have not seen the new Carl Jobs video yet. Probably won't watch it tonight, maybe next YouTube night. Does Implement having something new that came out? Because we've seen everything from Implement. Let me see. Not
the
yet.
only thing that's for sure about
Thanks to the Prime Ninja and the gift sub Alvarado and Prime Post Lord. Yeah, I guess we can do the Mr. Nightmare thing before I forget. I thought you said he just released something new. Okay, maybe not now then. Thanks for your sub, Vulture and Ethan. Volume 2. What? Volume 2 what? It's been 11 days. This was up last time we found his channel. What do you mean Volume 2? Why do you keep saying Volume 2? That doesn't tell me shit. Thanks for your sub, Crack. Volume 2 to the last video we watched. Oh. I thought he had like a new video. Yeah, maybe later then. The Japanese basketball robot, I've seen it. It's pretty cool. It's not super interesting though. Until it can dunk, I'm not impressed. I need that shit going from the free throw line. Yeah, there is quite a few new slap fight. Maybe do those in a bit as well. Thanks to give sub hauls in the resub, Crack. Bitter case of David Grunwald. I don't know if I just want like a history lesson on it, especially if this guy's like a murderer or something. You ever do or Yu-Gi-Oh opening in real life again? No, I just do it on my own. I was actually opening packs earlier today. I just don't like the Mandela catalog, man. I don't like analog horror. I don't think it's enjoyable. There has not been a single analog horror piece that I've enjoyed, really. Here, we'll give it a try. I'm coming in. Open mind. It's brand new. I just think analog horror is so boring. So boring.
You've reached the Bythorn Paranormal Society. How may I help you?
Hello?
Hey,
May I
Bythorn.
schedule an appointment?
Of course, ma'am. Where's the location?
My home.
Exit Prime IDK Gamer.
Would you mind
Bits
giving
Maverick.
me a brief description of what you've been experiencing?
And pretty much nothing Maverick.
I've been hearing things.
Like what, ma'am?
I still hear the meows of my old cat Johnny,
Aw.
but the little guy passed away a few years ago.
Really?
Exit Prime Aiden.
Cat alternate?
Shh. And thank you
I
for the
don't
9
think
gift
it's an
subs, Headley.
alternate.
Thank you,
I
Headley.
just think his soul roams the house still. I want to make sure he finds peace in whatever realm he resides in. Do you think you could help guide him?
Exit Tier 1 Salesman.
Certainly try, ma'am. When would you like us to visit?
As soon as possible, please. When's your next opening?
Well, we could do tonight if you want.
How convenient.
Can you do
Very fast
3 nights?
service.
I'm away from home on a business trip. I'm sure this will give you enough time to deal with him.
Well...
How about 500 a night?
Oh, hell yeah! All right. Sounds like a plan.
Is resub convoluted?
We'll help your cat, ma'am.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it more than you can think.
This is so long and boring. That's analog horror in a nutshell, man. I just don't find it interesting.
Hey, back it up. Back it up. You got it? Yeah.
It's just a genre where nothing happens.
You got it? Yeah, just open the trunk. No, are you really sure you got it? Because I can... Just open the damn trunk, Jonah. I guess you do that.
Can we stop already? No. This gets recommended all the time. So we'll do at least 5 minutes.
Not like we can do anything about it now.
Shit. You got anything left?
No.
You used everything already? Damn it.
Well, we don't gotta worry about income anymore, since we got this massive frickin' payday, right?
Well,
I'm not ruining the Mandela catalog, it's different taste, man. I just find analog horror to be extremely underwhelming. I don't knock the work that goes into it, I just find it to be super not interesting for me. And that's all there is to it.
It's broad daylight now, but it's not like anyone's gonna call the cops here.
Right.
And we'd be doing yet another delinquent act. But it's not like we aren't already on the run anyway.
Thanks to the tier 1, Maddie. It's a good series, but not for everyone. That's fine. I just don't like it at all. I've never enjoyed analog horror. Pretty much every piece of analog horror always plays out the same. It basically tries to get its horror across through text or like audio clips, like very SCP-like, and it's just, I don't enjoy it. Local 58, I think, is even worse. Thanks to resub Yas, Kid, and Smack. Just not for me, man. It's as simple as that. Urban Rescue Ranch. What's that? Is that like Billy the Exterminator? Not at all, actually. His name is Big Ounce.
Nature sure is healing.
This little man really just waddled on over here and then chewed on my little baseboard. Big Ounce.
Uncle Ben cured my depression.
Kiss on the lips after I kissed your hand, huh?
Good evening, everybody.
This seems cute. This seems really cute.
Everybody, the time has finally come. This weekend, I'm going to be rehoming a lot of our Muscovy ducks, if not most of them, including Darth Sidious and Angel
ducks.
Wing, of course.
Our precious little Bing Bong, who, although I've spent a lot of time with her, has never really quite warmed up to me, but that's okay.
Darth
She
Sidious
seems
has been a
fine.
fun
She
man
seems to like him.
Here on the property, and we've had him for quite some time. He was a rescue from an abandonment situation a long time ago. I'd say about a half a year. But I'd say it's finally time.
Thanks to resub Philly and Sandor. The Bits Grass.
Also, Darth Vader's trying to mate with the male geese, and he has plenty of females, so I think it would be good for him to go to a new property.
We did find a new home for all of our little babies, especially Bing Bong, with plenty of land, lots of acres.
This is just
nice
wholesome.
Big pond. We should actually be able to get some clips of them in their new home as well. Now you may be thinking, Uncle Ben, then you will have no ducks.
Chances are we'll still have this little adorable little bean.
But you're right, we will probably have very few, if any, ducks left. But might I pose a question to you all? Is me having no ducks here such a bad thing?
No, you get no complaint from me, man. I'm not your dad. You can have 10 ducks, 100 ducks, or 0. It's all fine by me. Thanks to resub Ziaz. Yeah, I saw that fight at Golden Corral. I never really liked giant brawls because you can't really see what happens. Just like this cluster of meat. So I never really like watching brawl videos or anything. Thanks to the resub Zeno and the bits Sijatu. And the resub Bandit and the Prime Pip. Have you watched The Girl with the Dogs? What does that mean? Have I watched The Girl with the Dogs? Is that like a video with the most vague title ever, or is it like a Netflix show? That reminds me of the show Tiana's currently watching. What the fuck is it? The Woman in the Window Across the Street from the Woman Across the Store? No, wow, that's not even close. What is it? It's a... The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window, I think is what it's called. Right? Yeah. The Woman in the House Across the Street from the Girl in the Window. There's a real show on Netflix with that title. I hate that shit. I think that is the worst trend in all of media. When you have this, like, absurdly long and specific title for no fucking reason, I hate it. It's a parody? It doesn't seem like it. It seemed to take itself super seriously from the bits I was watching. And even still, hate the titles like this. It makes me sad. Especially in anime. Anime is the worst culprit. It's like, what was the one I just told you guys about the other day? I left my home back in the real world in order to pursue a traveler in the fruit of evolution realm, and now I can do anything? Or, I quit my guild in order to pursue the fruit of evolution in a new party or something? It is the worst trend for naming anything. Ain't no way. No, it's something like that. It was like, I quit my guild to pursue life in the countryside as a traveler. Anime. Fuck. Oh, here it is. Banished from the hero's party, I decided to live a quiet life in the countryside. That was one of them. And the other one was like, the fruit of evolution gave me superpowers, and now I'm super strong. So basically a synopsis is a title. Yeah, I hate it. He's a Prime Lighthouse in the resub dev. What was the other one? It was something, let me see, it was Fruit of Evolution Anime. What was the full title? The Fruit of Evolution, before I knew it, my life had it made. It's just so specific and so wordy for no reason. It's like if they called John Wick, the assassin who retired after a long career is brought back into the business after his dog was assassinated. The musical. Like, why not just call it, like, I just don't understand. Why make it so long? It's such like a pet peeve of mine. Every time there's an anime or show or movie with the title this long, I just get so irrationally upset by it. I feel insulted. It's like they had no faith to trust me with a title. Like if they just, for example, the Netflix show, The Woman in the Window Across the House in the Street or whatever, they could have just called it like The Woman in the House or something. Just make it more vague. Just like put the onus on me to like come up with what it's actually about, as opposed to tell me the entire plot in the title. Oh yeah, even shorten it further. Housewoman, the woman, the house with a woman. There's a lot. It's literally satire. So what? So is Scary Movie, and it's 2 words. Thanks to resub Youngster and the gift sub Naito and the Prime Aries. The show is a spin-off of 2 movies. Is it really a satire though? Because Tiana was watching it and it seemed like a very serious psychological drama. At least from what I gleaned. And Tiana certainly wasn't laughing. There's a Prime Fish Sticks and the bits Rage and Butts and Naruto. Is it basically Disturbia? From what I understand, there's this lady who hallucinates sometimes and she thinks she saw a murder across her street with this woman in a window, and she tries to report it to the police, but the police say it never happened. The lady's just fine. She's a flight attendant. And then, like, the lady's like, no, I'm not crazy. It really happened. And then, like, the dude's daughter across the street is like, hey, you want to buy some cookies? And she's like, yeah, I'll buy some cookies. And here, take this rabbit. That was the episode I watched a little bit with today. Thanks to the resub Uncle Wayne and Freaks and the Prime Biddy. So a worse version of Rear Window. The fuck is Rear Window? Like a sexual euphemism. Is that a movie? One of the greatest films of all time. Never heard of it. Would you consider a talk show? No. I hate talk shows. Thanks for the gift sub, Weenus. Thanks to the resub, Coke Storm. Heard about the woman who eats her own poop? Is that like a My Strange Addiction thing? I can't watch that on Twitch, unfortunately, if it is. Thanks for the gift sub, Evan. And the Prime. Nifty. I've seen the traded 1 penny into a house. Of course I'll watch the Uncharted movie. This is why all billionaires wake up at exactly 4 a.m. What? Be inspired. Is it like something magical and mystical, like 3 a.m. being the witching hour, 4 a.m.'s the billionaire time?
Why are successful people waking up at 4 a.m. and not a different hour? What is the secret behind it?
Is this satire? This is definitely a skit.
Well, they know how their brain works, and they take advantage of their brainwave states and brain chemistry.
Sounds like Microsoft
Sam when you
patterns put the bass all the way down.
Waves. When you're first awake, your brain operates at around 10.5 waves per second. The range from 8 to 13 hertz or cycles per second is the alpha stage. It's been called the gateway to the subconscious mind. But when you wake up this early, you are between theta and alpha.
Wow.
The mind is capable of deep and profound learning, being fully aware and focused with an effortlessly calm mind. In other words, you don't have to work as hard. You are not thinking. You just relax into the moment. Another important fact known by all successful people is when you wake up, your subconscious mind is most impressionable and soaks up information like a sponge. Whatever you hear, see, or are exposed to in the first 20 minutes will affect you and set the tone for the rest of your day. This is why they meditate, listen to affirmations,
yeah, a lot of people
and
do
not
meditate,
checking their
like
social
rich
media
people.
and emails so early. They choose consciously their tone of the day, being focused and positive and not being distracted. They choose to go to bed early and use the premature hours of each day in their own advantage. They make up a routine of waking up before the sun starts to shine and go to sleep after the sun goes down. Why do they go to bed so early? Between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. is where you can get the most from regenerative and deep sleep.
That's so
After
arbitrary.
2 a.m., sleep lacks the quality that you need as it becomes more superficial, chronically depriving your body of the regenerative sleep which you can enjoy between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. makes you wake up in the morning even more tired than when you went to bed. The human body is closely linked to the day and night cycle. That is why, within 1 or 2 hours after sunset, your melatonin levels start to rise.
Thanks, Prime Ominous,
This is
and the
how
resub
your
Nomad,
body's
Noir,
telling
Hockey
you
Man,
that
and
it's time to
Zeke.
go to bed. At midnight,
the
melatonin
Tier 1
levels
Hockey Man,
reach their
thank you, Tier
highest
1.
value, and after this, they start decreasing gradually. 10 p.m. is when your body reacts as a result of the increment in the melatonin levels. This period of transformation in your sleep cycle brings along a more intense metabolic activity. This one is responsible for the repair and restoration of the whole body.
Fine, I'm gonna get up at 4 a.m.
For this 10 p.m. reaction to take place, your body needs to slow down, which
wake up at 4 a.m.
into
one time, release an
your
NFT
mental
the next
and
day.
Physical activity. If you're still awake, there is a phenomena that takes place at this hour called second wind. This is caused by the rise in mental activity and energy that your system has at 10 p.m. Nevertheless, you can only feel what the second wind's value is truly about if you are asleep at 10 p.m. Studies show that if you go past the 10 p.m. bedtime, you'll find it more difficult to fall asleep. Also, you won't be able to enjoy refreshing sleep, which will lead to significant weariness in the morning. Small things matter, so even the simple shift in your bedtime hour from 11 p.m. to 10 p.m. can make a huge difference regarding the quality of your sleep. Moreover, there are high chances that you'll wake up in the morning feeling energized and ready to start the day. This happens because you allow your system to go through its natural neurochemistry and you take advantage of this wave that it's on its way before 10 p.m.
Do people really believe this thing?
Moreover, your body also benefits from the metabolic changes that naturally take place as the clock ticks 10 p.m. If you are among those that usually fall asleep well past 10 p.m., you should consider changing the situation.
Wow.
Set up a goal to go to bed earlier by 15 to 30 minutes each week until you hit 10 p.m. bedtime goal. Early risers like Apple CEO Tim Cook, Oprah Winfrey, and Dwayne Johnson choose to greet the day at the crack of dawn because that's where motivation is created, and they don't need to ask for it.
No, you can wake up at 4 a.m. and still be a loser.
Morning hours is what helps them use their potential to the maximum. Successful people choose to use every minute available in a day because their life's purpose is higher than any other short-term pleasure or comfortable bed mattress. They instilled this habit of waking up early in their DNA because they understand how a strong and consistent routine can support a successful life. The human brain can work at its maximum potential when it doesn't have to multitask. The quality level of
what does that have to do with waking up at 4 a.m.?
Level of focus. When there are no distractions and noises to disturb concentration, the brain has a great capacity to focus on certain tasks and thus generate a balanced rate between quality and work. Successful people are aware of this, and they use their alone time in the early morning to take full advantage of their brain's functioning capacity. High achievers understand that premature hours of the day allow them to make better decisions as their energy levels are at their peak.
I don't think so.
Understand that early morning willpower helps them to achieve high levels.
What do they even gain out of making this video?
A disciplined morning
it's just all
guides
wrong.
them towards a whole day of discipline, and this is exactly what supports their successful life.
Are they selling sleep?
Peaceful
is this a mattress company?
The time you get before the sun rises creates the environment you need in order to take care of yourself.
I mean, yeah, I guess
which doesn't happen too often during the day. It's the me time that allows you to provide yourself with everything you need in order to successfully go through the day.
What is this channel? Is it all like this? Just blatantly wrong and weird shit? That's their most popular video. It goes straight to your subconscious mind. I am. Affirmations for success, wealth, and happiness. Bro, I wish you could just listen to a video. It's like, you are going to make $1 million today. And it just like happens. It's like, damn, all right. Thanks for affirming it. Let's go. Just manifest money. This is so sad. Like, there are absolutely people, I have no doubt, for the last 3 years this has been up. They listen to this daily and are wondering why they're still not a millionaire. Man, but I listen to this every day for an hour. Where is it?
I am enough. I am worth living this life. I control my thoughts and the direction that I choose. I am the creator of my world. I love my body profoundly, deeply, and joyously.
Are you the 2 gift subs, Weenus?
My body has its own wisdom, and I fully trust it. My looks are just a projection of what I think about myself. I become more beautiful and more shiny each and every day.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
I love the person I see in the mirror.
How sweet.
I choose to see the divine perfection in every cell of my body. As I love me more, I allow others to love me. I am love, and I am compassion.
I am esports.
Deficiencies transform through love and acceptance. Right here, right now, I choose to honor my beauty, my strength, and my unique way of being. I love the way I feel when I take care of me. Today, my own well-being is my main priority.
Yeah!
I completely trust my inner voice.
Well, it's not always like the best guide.
The more I get to know myself, the clearer it becomes what my life's purpose is. Today, I follow my heart and I discover my destiny. I have my special place in this world.
Is this just the whole thing? Just a bunch of cliches?
Not perfect. I am just myself.
Didn't you just say you were perfect earlier?
Thank you. I strongly believe that I'm attracting my soulmate.
Oh.
Others are attracted to me because of my positive energy.
Nice. Man, they made a killing off this trend. I am rich.
I release all negative energy over money. Money comes to me easily and effortlessly. I use money to better my life and the lives of others.
Not wrong when channel has almost 8 million subs, 10 million views.
Into my life.
It is coming easy.
My actions create constant prosperity. I am aligned with the energy of abundance. I constantly attract opportunities that create more money. My finances improve beyond my dreams. Money is the root of joy and comfort.
I'm sure there's more than money for happiness,
money
right?
And spirituality can coexist in harmony. Money and love can be friends.
Quick, everyone, check your bank accounts. Is it going up?
My servant.
Is it working?
I am the master of my wealth. I am able to handle large sums of money. I am at peace with having a lot of money. I can handle massive success with
For everyone
grace.
listening, I began listening to this daily last year, 2020. Now in 2021, I've doubled my income. Moving into an apartment twice as big and have thousands in my savings.
Positive impacts in my life. I am worthy of a wealthy life.
Yeah, I'm sure it was this video that did
Money
that.
comes to me in miraculous ways. The world is abundantly full of everything. There is no lack. If I perceive lack in my life, I am free to change that starting right now.
Amen. Alright, well now that we've manifested some money, I'm gonna go manifest a little bit of a tinkle into my toilet. Give me 1 second. Here, I'll even leave some positive... Well, no, I'm not gonna do that to you. That's some cult shit. I'll be back in a second. Give me just 1 minute. Thank you for the resub, Ted, Kato, Churg, and the Prime, Kaye, and the bits Obama and Slim. Bear back. Hey. Hopefully you all did your positive affirmation exercises while I was away. Do we have any new millionaires in here now? There's the resub boss. Or the gift sub boss and the resub Mars and Charles. And the Bits Jukebox. There's the resub Zelda. I'm broke now. Hey, so you did it backwards. Here's the Prime Natalie in Crouton. 54th Street Food Review. Yes? Damn, Pokemon Go. What a blast from the past.
Yup. Yeah, we're right there. Also, I have a pretty interesting story to tell you.
Alright, can I make a video of it?
Yeah, sure, if you want.
Alright, swag.
I don't know how good I am on video, but you should have done it and not told me, and then it would have been like. Anyways, we're right there.
Alright.
Man, what the fuck is going on?
Alright, guys, this is Facesick. Well, this is my part of my Pokemon Go Let's Play series. Servers are fucking up again. There's a Venona in there, but it's not doing anything. It's just sitting there. Alright, I'm gonna fucking close the game. Alright, just swipe right. Well, actually, don't look away.
Why did you recommend this?
Oh, wait, I think something's happening.
Thanks, Prime Nicholas.
Where's a person in?
We're here at 54th Street, the one and only.
Yeah.
I'm gonna review this. How did I do it last time? I'm gonna review this peach tea right here. I'm gonna go ahead and take a sip. It's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's all I needed to hear. Techniques to activate the second brain. It's about time. Alright. Techniques to activate the second brain. Also known as the galaxy brain.
The British scientists discovered that we have a second brain.
Who discovered that?
Is a very important bio battery that can be charged, can store and get energy. Or some people depending on coffee, depending on the smoke, to stimulate the body. We fool the body to give us energy. People are success because
those are the same channel.
They know
Jesus
how
Christ.
To focus and concentrate their energy. When people are not success, the mind go one way, the eye go one way, the heart go one way. So energy very scattered and you lose energy.
So where is the second brain located?
You don't get sick, do you?
No, a long time. Chi is energy.
Kiki?
In Chinese we call chi. In India we call prana. In many systems they have
maybe in the
names.
balls.
What do the West call it? What do the Americans call it?
We call energy.
Energy.
Or we call electromagnetic power. And we are electrical man.
Oh.
We have electricity inside us. We need that electricity to run our life.
How do I shoot it out of my fingertips?
Electromagnetic energy, but we never focus it. The first step, you focus. And now when you focus, you have a lot of energy immediately. So the Tao discovered that for 1,000 years, at least written down and carved on the wall, 2,500 years, that abdominal area where you can store energy.
Abdominal area?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you cannot store energy in the brain. You cannot store energy in the heart. Human is a very important bio battery that can charge,
and Horn Toad.
Can charge, can store, and get energy. And that is abdominal. So the Westerner discovered that intestinal.
That's where the poop lives.
The structure of intestinal is like a battery.
No, it's like a
negative,
septic
positive,
tank.
Negative, positive. It can charge energy. They discovered that, but they never go on what to do with it. Scientists, they discover the second brain. They're 100 years ago.
The second brain is where my shit
they
goes?
Still don't know what to do. But now they just...
No wonder I'm having such a hard time activating it.
Now they discover that we have another organs in the abdominal. They call the mesentery. This organ actually control all the digestion, absorption, and elimination.
Yep, that
so
sounds about right.
Run like conductor. It's a big organ, cover the spleen, the stomach, the pancreas, the liver, the small intestine, the large intestine. They cover them, and they dilate them. Now I understand that. Oh, this is what the Tao
it's
about.
Close enough, I guess.
The center of
he's getting in there. The second brain hides in the intestines.
In the center of the navel, right here, right in here.
Okay.
Actually, about this big, big organ, but they are on the back, cover all the digestion, because you see, digestion you have liver, gallbladder, stomach, pancreas, spleen also part of the Tao believe that, and this big. And including the stomach, they are doing so many jobs in digestion. And everybody.
What does this do with my second brain, though?
If you don't have a dilator, control them.
Thanks for some
like
stretch and Schmidt.
So the British scientists discovered that we have a second brain. And this second brain, amazing. They're conducting everything. And the Tao discovered that if you keep this second brain here, warm, and this also a battery can store energy.
So is it better to have it surrounded by poop?
So all what we do now,
do I need to like people now is get addicted to laxatives or what?
Okay. Because the battery, the bio battery run out. Okay. Like your mobile telephone, when your battery don't charge, no use.
Okay,
right?
So we're not charging up our abdomen, which is where our Tao is. Okay.
Right.
And we're using our stomach really to just consume things.
Right. But now we know that
business as usual.
More than just digestion. They
Following?
can remember, they can store. So now the Tao talk
I don't know why they censor that word.
Emotional, negative and positive.
Stores emotions.
Yes. Now the West know that love in the heart, right?
Right.
And what happened to the other organ? Yes. So love, joy, happy in the heart. But also hatred, impatience, hastiness is in the heart.
Okay.
So the negative, positive, now you have to find balance. Some of them is too extreme.
This is supposed to be a technique to activate my second brain.
Hate people, and
I haven't learned any techniques.
So now, love and hate have to be fire balance. So no negative, and no sin, and no evil
Matsu.
or goodness, because you have to find balance. Everything in the world have to find balance.
Okay, so the heart has those emotions.
Yeah, and the liver have angry, jealousy.
Why does the liver have that?
Frustration.
Why?
How do we know that's in the liver? How do we know that?
Because the Tao already talked this for 1,000 years.
So we trust
but if
them?
we know the heart store love, and why not the other organs?
I don't know. We always say heart. I don't know. I don't know how we know. Just like you say, trust your gut.
Yes.
I don't know where that came from. I guess
because your second brain.
This is important.
Yeah.
When people shout at you, boom, you feel like something hitting you
in your stomach.
Because the liver actually take the angry and store in here.
Okay.
So that's why the Tao say, hey, if you don't clean out this one, you cannot clean out from the brain.
What does that mean?
Okay. The brain. People think
oh my God, it's starting to make sense.
Emotional is the brain. No.
It was so obvious.
Negative emotional, like record down in the organs, organ by organ. Like kidney, now the West discovered that also the fear in the kidney.
But why?
So we have to start paying more attention to our bodies.
Yes.
And not just our biceps and our other things, like the internal parts.
How do I clear the fear out of the kidneys, though?
Major organs. The major organs strong. It can take care of 1 million problems.
All right.
I just gotta stay pissing all day.
That's the
I
first step. Recognizing these organs are important.
Yes.
What's the next step in the Master Chia process?
For me, it's good to be just do some simple exercise.
Finally, some exercises. Okay.
All right.
Because we have the fluid inside. And everything is a fluid flow.
Just lubricated with some water?
So the first step in the Tao say, first step, we have the spinal cord fluid floating in the spine.
Okay.
And when we sit on the pump.
What?
So that we have the second pump and cranial pump.
Okay.
So that is the major part.
Okay.
So a very simple exercise, we say, moving the spinal cord fluid and the brain fluid.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. So what we do, we inhale. We go like this. We inhale, you expand your chest, you expand your stomach, and your neck go like this.
I'm exhaling. Whoops.
And now when you exhale, you curve down. So you curve everything down. Inhale. Exhale. Curve enough that
I can see through walls now.
We have two tendons there. When you curve them, you activate the pump.
Okay.
So inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Smile. Breathing in golden light into your spine and your brain. And exhale. Cloudy and gray color out.
Fuck, alright.
Sometimes
I've
we just
ascended.
let go all the
Jesus, this is still.
down to the ground.
It
When
still has
you do
fucking
for a
6
while,
minutes.
You rub your hand warm. And
Was
you
I
feel
levitating?
warm.
Did you guys see me like
You
lifting off
settle.
my chair? I felt
And
like I
you
was
pain,
really
yeah.
starting to get up.
So now when you rest for a while, you can really feel like you feel that warm. Your second warm and your cranial. This is the cranial pump. So we have a pump because we stand up.
Things we said paradox.
When we stand up,
Endow.
we like
The bits is Etro, Courage, Casual, and Obama.
When you move them, something moves. And now when you can feel them, okay, conscious feel about something moving, energy moving, we call
You disappeared there for a minute.
Okay, the energy, the chi flow. So chi flow. So when you feel that warm,
Give me another
and
exercise.
and you rest for a moment, you smile, and you feel your whole spine nice and warm. And you inhale. That's how the fluid go up. When you inhale, the fluid go up. When you exhale, the fluid go down. Inhale. So your sacrum and lumbar have to move, because the Tao said we have 7 pumps.
7?
Very important because
Jesus, what am I, a fucking pool
we
system?
Sit too long,
7
we sit on
pumps.
the pump.
Okay.
And the pump don't work.
Okay.
When it don't work, what we do? We tired, exhausted.
Okay.
And we depending on coffee, or some people depending on the smoke to stimulate the body to keep up. We fool the body to keep us energy.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot of it. What do people in the comments say,
British-
actually? This is people encouraging each other. It has nothing to do with the videos. Fear in the kidneys is like an eye-opener because when some people are afraid, they will pee themselves. This makes so much sense. Also, when I'm nervous, I feel sick. We did it. Now I get it. Notice how he said inhale and a golden light enters your brain and spine, and exhale and a dark cloud and smoke leaves your body. Truly a wise master. He knows visualization and breathing are the key. That is true. Wow. Yeah, that was an eye-opener. Well, my second brain is firing now. Into the resub Z-Master, Mr. Dini, and the Prime Joe, and the Tier 1 Mercy, and the Bits Snow, and the Prime Emo. You see the teenager who asked Elon Musk for $50K to stop tracking his private jet? No, what? Oh wait, yeah, wasn't that at one of his talks? That was pretty old, right? This is recent? No? Okay, let me see. I really thought this would just come up. Okay, what do I type in to find it? Oh, is it this?
We have another Fox 35 exclusive story tonight. A UCF student is bargaining with Elon Musk. He caught the billionaire's attention by tracking his private jet.
And as Fox 35's Larry Greenberg explains, the billionaire slid into the teen's DMs with an offer.
Imagine scrolling through your phone and Elon Musk slips into your DMs. UCF freshman Jack Sweeney didn't have to imagine
him.
It was just crazy. I mean, the whole thing.
Thanks to Prime.
I couldn't believe it.
There's amusement.
Sweeney made the Twitter bot
Bandit.
Elon Jet that tracks Musk's private jet and tweets his whereabouts. Elon Musk didn't like that, so he messaged Sweeney.
He reaches out to me and he asks, "Can you take this down?"
Damn, just leaking
like,
the
he
DMs.
doesn't really like the whole system, calling it primitive and everything. Then he offers me $5K to take it down.
Sweeney said no. The exchange between the two of them gets
yeah,
really
5K
fun.
is
First,
ridiculous.
Elon Musk asks the teenager what he should do, and then he says, "I don't love the idea of being shot by a nutcase," which gives us a clue about Elon Musk's thoughts on being tracked. Sweeney uses websites that publicly and legally track plane transponders. He used his IT and coding skills and love of planes to aggregate that info and make the bot. The account now has more than 100,000 followers.
I mean, I'm putting in so much work and time, and it's like something I enjoy doing. And like,
it's pretty impressive. Good for you, kid.
Like for a lot, for like how much I get out of it, and I enjoy doing it.
He boldly asked Musk to up the offer to $50K. No dice. The conversation died shortly after that. Sweeney realized Musk has added some privacy blocks on his jet, but no worries.
I mean, I still know how to track it.
And the Elon Jet account lives on. Lyra Greenberg.
50K is like a $20 bill to Elon Musk. Are you serious? He could ask for $500,000, and that is like negligible to Elon Musk wealth. I like that. Fucking strong arming him, I guess. I don't know. Kid also asked for an internship. Good for him. Thanks to resub Dope and Thunder 6 and Zombie in the Prime Shadow. I'm assuming the internship was also shot down by Elon. Thanks to resub Dime. He's a kid in college and Elon won't spare 50K. I don't know why people look at him like a messiah, man. He's always been like that. What are you talking about? It's not like he's like a super generous guy. He just likes memes, so people found him to be really relatable. He's a prime rate chef. He's a con man. I wouldn't necessarily say a con man. He just overpromises everything. Like he's been saying, I saw that video on Reddit the other day. Elon Musk promises self-driving car every year for the last like 8 years, I think. Like full autonomy. What was that video called again? What the fuck was it? What was it? That's what a con man is. A con man is someone that doesn't deliver anything. Elon Musk is like a pseudo con man. He just overpromises everything that he does deliver. What was it called? I think it's a bit story. It's the third video. Oh, yeah, it is the third video. You're right. Did they change the title? Oh, no, this is just someone re-uploading it. Yeah, since 2015, he said in every single year since 2015, he said that full autonomy, full self-driving will be available next year. Since 2015. Thanks to the bits B&B. Oh, so what happened to the Cybertruck? Wasn't that shit supposed to come out like 2 years ago? Or was it last year? It was supposed to come out soon. It takes time. Yeah, we'll stop saying it's coming out next year then. Keeps getting delayed. Oh. I can't believe it. Thanks to resub Blob and the bits Tori. Thanks to the bits Butts. The Cyber Quad is out though. What's the Cyber Quad? $2,000 Tesla Cyber Quad for kids. This thing looks so cute. It's like driving around on like Nintendo 64 graphics ATV. God, that looks uncomfortable.
How's it going, everybody? Josh here. Welcome back
Hey,
to
Josh.
the video. Now, this is a $2,000 Tesla Cyber Quad for kids. You heard that right. This is actually a children's toy, and I got one. So today we're going to be riding it around, checking it out, and seeing what $2,000 gets you. Let's get straight into it.
Better be self-driving.
Now, for those of you familiar with Tesla, you'll know that they make some really crazy products like a carbon fiber surfboard, a Tesla tequila, and your own desktop supercharger. Now, this product is definitely no exception. It's certainly ridiculous, and the price definitely backs that up. So let me just take you around the bike real quick. In the front, there is an LED light bar. Then the whole bike is centered around this geometric, angular design, which reminds me of the Cybertruck. You got these panels in the front that have really sharp angles, super soft, really comfortable to sit on. You have your mode adjust right here for forwards and backwards. This is the accelerator. If I tap it, it will go forward. These handles are pretty indicated.
Let me see it in action. Does it get up to like 60 miles per hour?
And just get a really unique shot. And then there's also the Insta360 One X2, which is a 360 camera. And of course, with 360 cameras, you have access to unlimited camera angles, and you can really play with your shot in post. On top of that, Insta360 is also running a promo now where you can get a free selfie stick, which allows you to utilize the invisible selfie stick feature.
Yeah.
Classic.
Oh my fucking god. Maybe that was a little too hard.
All right, let's see if it still works.
Thanks, Resub Bobari.
And it does. So the Tesla Cyber Quad, very durable.
You want to race?
You want to race? You want to race with this?
I guess I'm going to be in
No, you're definitely not beating a Tesla, kid. Get the fuck out of here. Finally, Power Wheels for rich kids. I'll never understand parents that spend that much money on like something for their kid. Kids are totally fine with like actual nothing. The other day, like when we were doing the toy review, I noticed toys haven't changed since I was a kid. Like there has been no innovation in the toy game since I was literally a toddler. It is the same toys. The exact same toys. It's crazy because they just don't need to. It's the same shit. Blows my mind. But I guess it makes sense because again, kids, they're fine with literally anything. Yeah, I know. It's pretty embarrassing. I was actually a kid once. I don't like talking about it. It's embarrassing. Thanks, the Prime. Scarlet. YouTube is the new toy. True, I guess tablets now replace most toys. That's fair. That's a very fair point. Poopy Unicorn was legendary. Yeah, the Poopsie Slime surprise. Meta is intense. Talking about the metaverse? Thanks a bit, Tori. iPads are modern day parenting. I know, it's never been easier to be a parent. Thanks a resub, Kyle. I have heard of that, Super Sans. Watch. Oh, that's a Yu-Gi-Oh meme. Probably not. It's never been easier to be anything. That's the point. I guess that's also super true. Have you seen male bee pee on bear's hands? Man, no, what? Can't watch that on Twitch if the man just pisses on a bear. Sounds cool, though. How alpha. You're kind of wrong about what? I haven't seen the video. I don't know if he fucking pees on his hands. The fuck am I kind of wrong about? I haven't seen the goddamn video. Jesus. Just going by the title. Thanks to the resub moderate. Thanks to the tier 1 superior. World War of the Ants. Isn't that from the Canada Ant Farm channel? Look up the bobbit fish. It's known as the nightmare of the ocean floor. This terrifying worm snatches fish from the ocean floor.
Deep on the ocean floor, the sand striker, or
not scared of it,
waits.
Looks stupid.
With multiple mouth parts displayed. Bone-hard grappling hooks, poised to pierce and immobilize prey. But the real nightmare remains unseen.
Oh.
Coiled, pent-up aggression as long as an arm. And some specimens grow to twice the length of a man.
Jesus Christ.
As night falls, many sand strikers emerge to feast.
What a disgusting creature.
It's a bad neighborhood to hang
bits
out
Gato
in.
and Lancer. Get out of there, fish. No.
But fish
Idiot.
are fast, and the sand strikers
Now you
are
look dumb.
feeding blind. They don't have eyes or a brain. They react only if one of their antennae is triggered, or if a shadow lingers.
What a stupid creature.
Patience.
Man, evolution just did some things dirty. It really did.
Gotcha.
Damn, poor guy.
And the sand strikers are just getting started.
He's a tier 1 him in the resub.
It's
Hypnotoad.
time for the main course.
Whoa! Wait, it's eating a pufferfish? Isn't that the most poisonous animal on the planet?
Underground, there's plenty of storage space.
Thanks to the resub stubs. Oh, that was a lionfish. Oh.
Anything on the seabed is fair game.
Not at all? No, we watched the whole video on a puffer, on the most toxic things on the
Even
planet.
spikes
Pufferfish
and
was like
venom
number
are
5.
no match.
Even ahead of all the man-made stuff, right? Let me see. What was the video? It was like most toxic substances known. Yeah, I think that was it. The most deadliest substances on Earth. Pufferfish was like number 5.
Can you imagine settling down to watch a movie with...
Wait, wrong one. Here it is. It was real life
This video
lore.
was made possible by Squarespace. Start building your website for free at squarespace.com/RLL, and then when you're ready to launch, use the code RLL to get
Botox
10%
was
off
the
at
most.
checkout. Life on Earth can be a dangerous one. Some things are poisonous, other things have sharp teeth, and more things can kill you without you even noticing. In theory, anything could be poison, and ingesting an amount as small as only 21 milligrams could be enough to kill you. This is almost as toxic as plutonium, which if it's not being used in a nuclear bomb to kill you, a small sample size of 20 milligrams would also leave you just as dead. If eating mushrooms freaks you out, there's...
So pufferfish are super poisonous. Almost up there with polonium. Thanks to Prime Nicholas and the resub Abi, Dylan, and Bruno. Yeah, we saw that video already. Don't forget about sarin. Sarin, I'm pretty sure sarin's above pufferfish. Thanks to the Prime Orca. Look at scary videos. Name something scary. I do love some horror content. Thanks to the gift sub Obama and the resub Sunny. Does Nuke Top 5 have something else out? We've watched so much Nuke's Top 5. Oh my god, he's got a new one! He's the Prime Buffalo. Maybe in a minute. It's a 30-minute video. Your chicken parm is above sarin. I wish people would stop criticizing the chicken parm I made. My chicken parm slapped. Just people were too afraid to eat it. Thanks to the bits, Bert. The man who almost faked his way to the Nobel Prize. That sounds interesting, but it's probably like a long history lesson. Let me look it up. Yeah, it's a 42-minute video. It does sound like an interesting one, though. I've seen The Biggest Guitar Hero Cheater. Oh, Carl covered him. That's why people are talking about him again. Yeah, I saw this on Reddit like 2 weeks ago. He also collected bounties from it. We can watch it, though. I always like the way Carl tells the stories. Plus, the original one was only 3 minutes. Okay. Let me fill up my water real quick and then we can watch it. Give me 2 seconds, I'll be right back. I'm back. We did tier 1 Siri, the Prime Phobius, and Buffalo, and the resub Sunny. What happened to Watto? Where have you been for the last 2 years? Watto hasn't been in this room for a long time. And then I actually gave him away for a charity stream. Well, sold him for a charity stream. So he went to a new loving household. Exit Prime. Snaj and the resub Sappy. And of course I do Sappy. I don't know who my favorite bands would be though.
Hello, you absolute legends. The year is 2011, and this is me balancing a Guitar Hero controller on my chin.
Whoa!
The controller wasn't mine. It belonged to my housemate, and truth be told, this was the most action the controller had seen in a long time. By 2011, Guitar Hero mania had dwindled, but in the late 2000s, it was huge, with the franchise selling millions of copies. Even my sister owned one of the games, and I vividly remember us dueling against one another trying to get the highest score. The fun
this was
never
big.
seemed to last for long, however. I actually play guitar, which surprisingly does have a lot of carryover to the game, so my agile fingers were able to play along much easier than hers. Guitar Hero seemed like the kind of game that was fun for a few songs, but the novelty quickly wore off, and most people set it aside, never to play it again. Personally, I found it incredibly fun, but I never took it seriously.
It was more just oversaturation,
I think. And ironically, the songs seemed easier to play on a real guitar than on the game. Nowadays, Guitar Hero seems to be somewhat out of fashion, and the last popular game came out well over a decade ago. But not everyone put their controllers away. There is still a very active community of dedicated Guitar Heroes doing incredible things, and at the top level, Guitar Hero is astoundingly impressive. I have never followed Guitar Hero and wasn't really aware of the kind of accomplishments people had performed in the game, but after spending the last couple of weeks within the community, playing the game myself and watching the best of the best, I am in complete shock. The things some of these players can do with their fingers boggles the mind. And one of the best players in recent years, maybe even the best, was a player by the name of Shmooey. Shmooey was a level beyond what anyone had ever seen. He did things that simply no one else could do. Over a span of 2 years, he amassed a long list of world firsts, perfectly playing through the most difficult of songs, and often
but he wasn't
at double
doing
or
it
even triple the
legitimately.
speed they were meant to be played. By the accounts of most other top players, and even Shmooey himself, he was the greatest the world had ever seen. In fact, he may have even been a bit too good. Some of his accomplishments seemed inhuman. But Shmooey had been around for so long and had seemingly proven himself so many times that the thought of any trickery taking place was immediately brushed off. There were some red flags though, certain glitches that seemed to crop up, or weird behaviors that couldn't be explained. However, there was nothing concrete, and he was so trustworthy that any investigations were half-hearted and didn't result in anything meaningful.
Until now.
Then, a bombshell dropped.
When
in
L
December
got on
of
the case.
2021, Shmooey posted another world first, playing through the song 9 Patterns of Eternal Pain without missing a single note, something that no one else had ever done. Everyone was blown away, and the comment section of the YouTube video was once again flooded with comments of amazement. But there was one player who noticed something that was off. The finger patterns that Shmooey was using through one of the song's trickiest sections wasn't correct. Based on what he was actually playing on the guitar, he shouldn't have hit all of the notes. This oddity was too egregious to ignore, and sparked another investigation from several of the top players. This time, they were serious, and what they uncovered was one of the most prolific examples of cheating we've ever seen. Shmooey had been faking most of his accomplishments for years. In this video, we will take a look at this most recent example of cheating and examine both the methodology used by Shmooey to fool his peers and also the mistakes he made that led to his ultimate demise. It's a fascinating story, and I really hope you enjoy. Now, Legends 2022 is upon us, and I promise you, this will be your luckiest year yet. And when you do get lucky, you want to make sure you are looking your best, which is why you should be trimming and grooming your special areas.
Manscaped.
When you do mess around down there, though, you need to be using the best tool for the today.
I was gonna
While
say,
the
what does that have to do with
Guitar
Guitar
Mania
Hero?
That was so prevalent in the
It's
late
like,
2000s
okay, I
has
guess when I have to
long
play Guitar
since
Hero to look
waned,
my best.
and the popularity of the game has seen a steady decline over the past 15 years. The
That shit is
competitive
ass.
scene of
I
Guitar
completely
Hero
disagree.
has seen somewhat of a resurgence since 2017.
Even before Manscaped sponsored,
this
I
is
really like their
largely
products.
in part to the
I think they're
release of Clone
fantastic.
Hero, which is a near identical port of the game to
But
the
each their own,
PC.
man.
Clone Hero, while being an unofficial port, is extremely faithful to the original franchise, and was created essentially out of necessity due to the official PC port being horribly botched, featuring very low note limits and frequent crashes. For all intents and purposes, the game is basically the same, as are the skills required in order to play well.
Actually, can someone... He might answer this. Can someone tell me what this is? Do you just hit, like, it open? Just strum while open? These things right here? These lines? It is just open strum? Okay. Because that's not in Guitar Hero, at least not from what I remember. That always confuses me when I watch those Clone Hero videos. Exit Prime. Sonya.
The game has 4 difficulties: easy with the least amount of notes and only requiring you to use 3 buttons, medium now
It's in the
requiring
later Guitar
the use
Hero
of 4
games.
buttons, hard
Well, like most people, I
utilizing
stopped
all
after
5
3.
buttons, and expert, which also requires 5 buttons and contains the most amount of notes. The game does well to mimic some of the techniques used by real guitarists too, with hammer-ons and pull-offs and tapping. Obviously, the controller doesn't mimic a real guitar perfectly. A guitar has 6 strings with up to 24 frets, resulting in 144 possible notes to hit. Guitar Hero makes things significantly simpler, with no need to worry about horizontal or vertical movement, but what it lacks in complexity, it makes up for in sheer speed. Without having to worry about everything else, this leaves people focused on a single goal: playing as fast as possible. Players reach stupidly fast speeds. Here are just a few clips to demonstrate what I mean.
Oh, Jesus Christ. God damn.
Oh my fucking god.
I did see this one floating around on Reddit when it happened.
It takes many years and countless hours to reach the finger dexterity required to do these feats, and it's insanely impressive. Even more so if you are a musician yourself and you understand how hard it is to move your fingers this quickly. They are so quick that generally songs played at the normal speed are far too slow, so they need to speed it up to 200, 300, or even higher percentages in order to provide a challenge.
And it's a cool
Unless
flex.
they are custom songs, which are becoming far more popular thanks to the ease at which they can be made and played using Clone Hero. The pinnacle of achievement in these games is called a full combo, or FC for short. Playing through
It's about
an
button
entire
mashing and
song
not songs
perfectly
anymore?
without missing a single note or
It's
making
both.
any
What do you mean?
mistakes. The
They
more
still have to hit
challenging
the right
the song,
notes.
the more impressive the FC. Songs can be short and highly demanding, testing the limits of human dexterity, or they can be long marathons requiring continuous precision for up to 20 minutes. I wanted to get an idea about how hard it is to full combo an entire song, so I downloaded the game and gave it a go. And a huge shout out to Katana Mods for sending me a guitar. I chose a song that was around 4 minutes long. It was immediately obvious that both expert and hard were going to be impossible. To FC any of these
this is not a good look,
difficulties
Carl.
would surely take me months or even
Amateur.
years of practice. So I settled on medium, which is far
I haven't
easier,
played this game
and I
in
don't have to worry about moving my
10
hand
years,
around
but I bet I could
because it
FC
only uses 4 buttons.
at least one
Even
song
still,
on expert.
sections on this difficulty were hard to play, even after years of actual guitar playing under my belt. I needed to practice sections many times before I could get through them reasonably consistently. But the true test is playing from start to finish. And to find out if I could do it, you'll need to
I'll
wait
fucking
until
do
the
it.
end of the video.
I don't have a
Before
Guitar
that,
Hero here,
let's
though.
get
A
stuck
Guitar
into the cheating scandal
Hero
that
Guitar
has
Hero,
rocked
though.
the entire community. Despite everything you're about to hear, Shmooey was, and is, a really good Guitar Hero player. He attended real meetups and played in person with real players. However, as I've always said, and as history has and will continue to show, being good doesn't make you any less likely to cheat. It does make these kind of situations more of a giant shame, because all of that time spent getting legitimately good is simply thrown away. Like all top players, Shmooey had been playing for years. As early as 2013, he was already uploading Guitar Hero videos to YouTube. He's only 20 years old now, so he must have been extremely young. Though it would be in 2018 where he would really start to make an impression on the Guitar Hero scene, posting various montages of his best clips. One of his most impressive early videos was the song Don't Has AIDS in October of 2018, showcasing his impressive tapping skills. This caught the attention of the other top players, who welcomed Shmooey into the community, where he would continue to share his videos and develop as a player. 2019 is where Shmooey really started to shine, performing feats that even the best of players had tried and failed to do, and he would seemingly do them with relative ease. In June of 2019, Shmooey's full combo of the section Solo F in the song Supernovae was his first big break that really put him on the map and made everyone take notice. In September, one of the greatest players ever, Friff, was grinding on stream trying to FC the song Zoidberg's Revenge, which would have been a world first at the time, when Shmooey came out of nowhere to snipe it. Shmooey wasn't just able to play songs perfectly with relative ease, but he could also do things that other people simply couldn't physically do. A great example is the solo for I'm the One by Van Halen, which contains a section that requires you to strum at 22.8 notes per second. Which is already crazy, but Shmooey was playing it at 125% speed, which puts it at 28.5 notes per second. Coupled with technical fretting, this section is just insane. Between 2019 and 2021, Shmooey accumulated a long list of world firsts and boasted achievements that no one else in the world could mimic. He even managed to win himself a bit of pocket money in the form of bounties. Various people would offer up large amounts of money for whoever could FC difficult songs. Shmooey did very well for himself, scooping up thousands of dollars. By 2021, Shmooey was easily considered the best player in the world. I
do wonder what level he's at without cheating.
And of course, whenever you start to do things this impressive, people start to become ever so skeptical. People start to pay closer attention.
Yeah, the best players are the ones most likely to cheat, I think.
And it wasn't just Shmooey's skills that made a few eyebrows raise either. While he had provided video proof for all of his major achievements, there were some oddities in his videos that were definitely noticed. The first notable instance being a full combo of the song Madness March Kamikaze from June 2020. The webcam is particularly dark in the video, making it hard to see exactly what is happening, but the microphone was working just fine, and you can definitely hear the notes being tapped on the guitar.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good.
Had been FC'd before by the player Arch WK, and it was noted that Arch's tapping speed was much faster than Shmooey's. It seemed as though Shmooey wasn't quick enough to hit every note, but ultimately, this isn't anything concrete, and nothing happened. In April of 2021, Shmooey uploaded his yearly montage called Shmootage, which featured his best clips of the previous year. In one of the songs highlighted, the ending is insanely difficult, requiring a very specific technique in order to do it correctly. However, what Shmooey actually played on the guitar was very different. This was quite obvious to the players who were experienced with this song, and several of them confronted Shmooey about his playstyle. Shmooey attempted to provide an explanation of his technique, but no one else could understand how it could possibly work, nor could they replicate it. And neither could Shmooey. He claimed he would show them in a voice call to prove it was possible, though that never happened.
Aww.
There were also a ton of weird stutters that would show up in various videos. Very obvious sections where there would be inexplicable dropped frames. Shmooey claimed this was simply an error with OBS, the software he used to record his videos. Something else that was extremely bizarre was when he uploaded a tech FC of Through the Fire and Flames at 250% speed in June of 2021. A tech FC is where they play each section separately and then put them together. It's more like a theoretical demonstration of what might be possible.
Like a segmented
But
run.
then, mere hours after uploading this incredible display of skill, the video was removed. Shmooey claimed this was due to a copyright strike, but people had noted that copyright strikes for this song hadn't happened in over a decade. Besides, at 250% speed, the copyright system doesn't even recognize the song. What is convenient, though, is that the people who did watch the video immediately suspected that the video of Shmooey playing seemed sped up. The movements didn't seem normal to the experienced players, especially some of the random movements that weren't related to the playing itself. But alas, the video was gone, so no one was able to study it in great detail. You will notice that I'm using the footage from that same video, so obviously it wasn't lost forever, but we'll get to that a bit later. Now, putting all of these suspicious elements together makes it seem pretty crazy that legitimate accusations of cheating weren't levied earlier. However, there is still no concrete proof of cheating in any of these examples. They are weird and definitely suspicious, but not 100% reliable.
To be fair, if this is the real footage, I would say you can absolutely with 100% certainty say that this is sped up. You can tell just by the way his body moves. Like, it is clearly in, like, fast forward. Like, it's super obvious. I think without a shadow of a doubt, you could say at least with this footage, it is post sped up.
Lost forever.
Like, just look at the way his arms move, like when he goes from strumming to tapping.
Now, putting all of these suspicious elements together makes it seem pretty crazy that legitimate accusations of cheating weren't levied earlier. However, there is still no concrete proof of cheating in any of these examples.
His clothes.
They are
Yeah, his
weird
clothes
and
too.
definitely suspicious, but not 100% reliable. Also, Shmooey had been attending real-life meetups and showing his skill in person. Granted, he was never as good at his videos, but maybe he was just having an off day whenever anyone was watching. He was still considered extremely trustworthy and was so involved with the community that any doubters would be fairly quickly shut down and shamed. And then it happened. In December of 2021, Shmooey would upload a video that changed everything.
Flew too close to the sun.
This wasn't just suspicious, this was blatant, and it would expose one of the
spilt water.
most prolific cheaters in video game history.
Fuck, man, I spilled a lot of water on myself and now I'm upset. Damn you, Shmooey!
On the 15th of December 2021, Shmooey uploaded a world-first full combo of the song 9 Patterns of Eternal Pain. This song features some of the most difficult tapping patterns ever created, and Shmooey played through the entire thing flawlessly. Everyone was blown away at yet another unfathomable achievement.
This doesn't look nearly as hard as the other ones.
It's actually hilarious that no one noticed the glaring problem with this video, but it would eventually be spotted. First, something else was noticed. About a month later in early January, several of the top players were watching Shmooey's video in a Discord voice chat. Most notably was the player Jobu, who realized that during one of the later tapping sections, the technique that Shmooey was using was completely wrong. Unlike the previous example of Shmooey playing incorrectly, this was irrefutable. It was crystal clear that he was not hitting the notes he was supposed to be. The player Frith then reached out to Shmooey, asking him exactly how he played that particular pattern. Shmooey's response was both illogical and more difficult than what other players would have used, and also it didn't even match the technique that was shown in the video. But even that wasn't the worst thing about Shmooey's video. For 2 seconds at the very end, a Windows Media Player overlay appears on screen, indicating that this wasn't a live recording, but rather a screen recording of another video. Why on earth would Shmooey screen record an existing video? The bizarre inconsistencies were getting out of hand, and this prompted players to start going over many of Shmooey's videos with a fine-tooth comb. It also just so happened that his Through Fire and Flames Tech FC that had been supposedly struck down due to copyright had been saved by someone before it was removed, and they were able to get a copy to re-examine it in greater detail. Upon watching again, everyone seemed to agree that the webcam was sped up.
Well, I would hope so. I'm a fucking idiot, and I can tell you it's sped up. You can just look at his clothes. His clothes are literally defying physics. Like, there's 0% chance for argument that this is normal speed. Unless this man literally has the Speed Force in him like Barry Allen. It's very clearly sped up.
To confront Shmooey with everything suspicious they had found. Initially, Shmooey was adamant that everything was legit. He claimed that he needed to re-record a media player video through OBS because of rendering problems, which is why the overlay appeared on screen.
Why at the end is there a UI there for Windows Media Player?
Because whenever I recorded via video pad, the rendering is all fucked, and I had to re-record on OBS.
He claimed that his techniques were definitely correct, and any discrepancies might be due to video or audio issues.
Makes sense.
However, as the call continued and pressure mounted, he finally confessed to a total of 4 faked videos.
The vid of Flames did get taken down by a strike, but I will say this is one of the few times in which I tried to do anything suspicious. Everything else that people are looking at is going to be
Shmooey.
You know, as far as I'm aware, legit. Okay? But I will say with Flames and a couple other ones that are primarily old, that I have done some suspicious and non-authentic stuff.
Shmooey! What has he said about this video? Exit the bits again, Bert. Let's see. Is this him? Co-founder of Infatuate. Oh, this is an NFT account. Oh, Shmooey didn't even get the Twitter account Shmooey. Unless he sold it to an NFT guy. Yeah, this is just a Bored Ape. What's his Twitter? Oh, I found it. He went private. Oh, that's no fun. Exit 5 gift subs Cirkini and the 2 gift subs Maverick. Yeah, I see it. At least just give a statement like, yeah, I faked it. Fuck you guys, I'm out.
And that was particularly with the Flames vid.
The method used was splicing, which is one of the most prevalent ways people cheat in speedrunning. Taking 2 different sections and using video editing to put them together, because it's just too hard to do an entire thing perfectly.
Look at how well he did this one.
The most egregious example was Through the Fire and Flames, which was spliced very poorly. You can see the score counter actually drop by 5,000 points at the splice. This was a massive error, which explains why the video was removed immediately. Splicing in Guitar Hero is a bit more complex, however, because the game has to match the webcam. If you splice the webcam, that is immediately obvious. So in order to get around this problem, you have to record the game footage separately and then fake a webcam video over the top. Shmooey stated in no uncertain terms that he only faked 4 videos and repeatedly stated that the video showing the Windows Media Player overlay was definitely real. But there was one more thing about the video that seems to completely debunk Shmooey's story. While Windows Media Player stopped 2 seconds before the end, the audio of Shmooey's microphone still continued.
Oh my god.
The only explanation for this is that he was recording his webcam video and microphone separately over the top of a pre-existing video. And as I just explained, that's exactly what you need to do if you want to fake a Guitar Hero score. The players now knew that at least some of Shmooey's videos were fake, which is a really good start. Analyzing known faked videos is one of the best ways to learn about how to detect them. You can examine everything and find out every tiny difference that may help uncover future or even current cheaters. With so much manpower devoted to this cause, if there were more faked videos, it was inevitable they would be uncovered. And boy, were they ever. On the 14th of January, a player by the name of Mariazzi uploaded a video where he compared the speed of Shmooey's videos side by side with his own game, and realized that Shmooey's game was running ever so slightly slow. This wasn't noticeable to the naked eye, but when you run it through video editing software, it becomes obvious. And it's not just the speed of the game either, it's the audio itself. Given that a song will always play at the same speed, and the notes are synced up to the song, there is no reason for the songs on Shmooey's videos to be playing slowly. They soon realized there was only one explanation. Shmooey had been using a cheat engine to slow down the
Whoa!
game. He would play through songs at a much slower speed, which is obviously easier, and then speed the footage back up. But when he did so, it wasn't perfect, so there ended up being a slight deviation. This deviation could only be found through Shmooey's videos and no one else's. Through a full analysis, it was quickly realized that almost every single one of Shmooey's videos had been faked this way. More than 100 videos over a span of almost 3 years. In the following days, even more ways to detect speed hacking were found, confirming the conclusion multiple times over. And it wasn't just speed hacking. They knew that Shmooey liked to splice, so the goal was to create a concrete way of knowing if one had occurred. They accomplished this by using the light pattern around the score multiplier. The ring is only lit in this way if no notes have been missed, and the light pattern should always be the same every single time. If the light pattern moves or jumps in a weird way, not only is this indicative of a splice, but it means the song before the splice had been altered in some way. Using the ring, even more splices were unearthed. Earlier suspicious clips like the Van Halen solo with crazy strumming I mentioned earlier in the video were re-examined. Using frame-by-frame analysis, it showed that Shmooey wasn't actually strumming fast enough to hit every note. Ultimately, all of the weird oddities people had noticed over the years were legitimate clues to something more sinister. It just took several years and a slip-up from Shmooey to unravel it all. On January 15th, Shmooey uploaded a video confessing that most of his videos were inauthentic.
Oh, so he
didn't go into any technical detail. 2 days later, he posted a twit longer confirming that he used a cheat engine, splicing, and auto-strum. He also clarified that he played songs at 75% speed and then increased the video speed to 132.5%. The math here is slightly off, as he should have sped it up by 133.3% in order to correct it properly, which is why his tracks ended up being slightly slow. To his credit, shortly after his full confession, Shmooey also paid back all of the bounties he had won,
that's a good look.
several $1,000s. He unlisted all of his videos on YouTube, privated his socials, and said it was time for him to go.
Hey, good for him. Wait, that's a good look.
This is definitely one of the worst cases of cheating I've ever seen, and one of the reasons for that is the relative scope of the effort Shmooey put into his faked videos when compared to the size of the community. Guitar Hero has a relatively small group of top players when compared with some other areas of gaming like speedrunning or esports. There are a couple of exceptions like Asai, who has a very large YouTube channel, but generally there isn't much fanfare or popularity that comes with being the best at this particular game. And yet, Shmooey, over the course of several years, spent an ungodly amount of energy creating these fake scores with no real payoff. He didn't amass a huge following or have much to show for his cheated accomplishments outside of praise and admiration from within the community itself. On the flip side, the devastation and damage he caused was incredible. The people who devote themselves to Guitar Hero might be small in number, but they make up for it in dedication. Some spending hundreds or even thousands of hours trying to perfect a single song. When a player invests countless hours into being the first person in the world to do something, and then someone else claims that achievement by cheating, they are effectively stealing all of that time from the other person who will never get it back. And even if later that person finds out they were in fact the first to do something, the moment is far less special. At the end of the day, cheaters are thieves, stealing time, stealing energy, stealing fame, and stealing dreams from everyone else. If you do want to give back to the community, I definitely recommend giving some of the top-level Guitar Hero or Clone Hero players a watch, as they really do deserve more credit for the crazy things they are able to do. I will put a link in the description to one of, if not the greatest full combo in the game's history. Please go and check it out. Now, what you've all been waiting for. Was I able to full combo a song? You're about to find out, but I will say that even though I was only playing on medium and the song was only 4 minutes long, I still felt a huge amount of pressure. Getting through an entire chart without making a single mistake is extremely nerve-wracking, especially at the end. Trying to do this relatively easy achievement really made me appreciate Guitar Hero players so much more. It's definitely something I could never do myself. However, I am happy to say I did get this run.
God damn! He's going in. He's transporting me back to 2011.
Oh boy, nailed it. Absolutely nailed it.
Thanks, Resub
As
Jason.
always, thank you so much for watching, you legends. I hope you are having a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next video.
Thanks, Resub Metal Gear and Jason. Good on him, Shmooey, for returning all the bounty money. I would have assumed he just fucking bounced. Said, alright, foiled again, I'm out ski. That was at least a good gesture from him. He went out with honor. Well, that's probably a little generous. I wouldn't say he went out with honor. He just at the very least tried to undo some of the damage he caused. Thanks for resub, Shadow, and the bits, Obama. Alright, time for some scary videos, baby. Hope you guys weren't planning to sleep tonight, because that's no longer an option.
Top 10 ghosts
Brian,
caught
Sean,
on camera. The ghost in room 1. Duke's Top 5 viewer Russ is a certified nursing assistant working in an undisclosed hospital in North Carolina. So early one morning, Russ is called in to monitor an emergency surgery. While on the operating floor, he takes a look at the CCTV camera feeds and notices something truly bizarre in another operating room that's supposed to be empty.
Whoa, what the fuck is that?
Yo, this place is f***ing haunted. Let me show you something, bro. Alright, so look. This is channel 1. That's room 1, right? This thing was standing in the f***ing corner. Room 1 is all the way down there. It's the last
Well, we have to fucking hit it with a proton pack. Get in there,
Nobody's
save it.
in here. We got people in room 3 doing surgery, but nobody's in here. Look. I've been chilling at the desk and this thing said movement detected. We got people in here, but not room 1, and that thing is gone.
I didn't see it to
An odd,
begin
pale,
with.
translucent figure that seems to be wearing a hospital gown can be seen standing in room 1, a hospital room used for C-sections.
I don't see shit.
Russ
What
explains
am I
that
looking
only
at?
room number 3 was in use for surgery at the time, while room number 1, this room, was completely empty. No one was there, nor was anyone even allowed in there. Russ believes the hospital to be haunted. But what do you think?
It's probably haunted.
Could this be the ghost of a patient who didn't survive, stuck forever inside the hospital? Let me know. The Weeper. A little over a year ago, a Japanese man who goes by the name Yama Q was looking for a rental home. He found a nice 40-year-old renovated house in Japan with an incredibly low rental price. Yama was blown away and he happily signed the rental contract right away. But as you might suspect, Yama soon discovered just why the house's rental price was so low.
Haunted.
You see, the home carries a bit of a dark history. The house's previous owner tragically passed away inside the home's bathroom from an undisclosed illness. Only 4 months after Yama moves in, strange things begin to happen in the dead of night.
Oh, he still takes like a piss and shit? Oh god. Jesus.
Yama Q starts a YouTube channel and begins to record the increasingly spooky activity around his home.
Well, he can't be that powerful if he's just confined to that bathroom, right? Just share the toilet with him. A ghost floater. Oh, true. Imagine. Why are we breaking into the bathroom? Just like open the door. Would have been much easier. I see why we broke in now. It was like a stealth mission.
Night after night, a mysterious knocking sound can be heard coming from the bathroom. No matter how hard he tries, Yamakyu is never able to find the source. He has no idea what could be causing this terrifying phenomenon. One night, Yama is a bit disturbed when a neighborhood dog shows up at his home. The dog is usually quiet and friendly, but this time it seems distressed.
I get so fucking
by
annoyed with that ghost.
something.
Yeah, like what is the ghost even doing? Is it trapped in like the toilet tank? Why is it knocking? I was out.
The dog aggressively growls and barks at something Yama can't see. The next day, he finds the dog back at its neighborhood home, safe and sound and friendly as always. But that certainly isn't the end of Yamakyu's paranormal problems. Only 9 months after moving in, he experiences something truly terrifying.
Oh god, the climax? Help! I'm stuck in the shitter. Hey, can you shut the fuck up? Why are we looking at the plane? I don't think he hijacked it.
A blood-curdling wail can be heard coming from right outside Yama's living room window. But when he goes outside to investigate, the creepy moaning suddenly just stops. As Yamakyu's YouTube audience grows, his many shocked viewers request that he get better equipment to capture the supernatural phenomena. Yama orders a thermal imaging camera and waits for his next opportunity to record and capture what's going on in his home. And this is where things take a turn towards the truly bizarre, because 1 month later, this happens.
Whining again, huh, old man? Are we gonna hit him with a frying pan? Oh, he's throwing hot water on him. He's gonna boil him alive. I'll teach you to scream. Fucking splash him. Imagine being a ghost, you're stuck in a fucking bathroom, you're upset, you're crying, and then some asshole throws scalding water on you.
With 2 cameras ready, Yama goes on the attack as he throws boiling hot water at the spot where the weeping voice seems to be coming from. Whatever is making the noise seems to cry out as the scalding water is thrown, and then
Gonzo.
all goes quiet.
The Prime Gonzo and
but
the
nothing shows up on the thermal imaging camera.
Oh, the Tier 1 kitty.
These days, unfortunately, Yamakyu's increased YouTube popularity has led to unwelcome strangers discovering his address in Japan, and sometimes they just show up at his house unannounced in the hopes of experiencing some of the paranormal activity for themselves.
何ですか？いや、ギャーギャーギャーギャーうるさいって言うから、はい。自分で打ち払いするよりも、はい。それで警察呼びますよ。別に呼んでもらっても変わらずに。はい。
Troubled and stressed out by the creepy stalker-like visits, Yamakyu shares on his YouTube page that sadly, he'll be uploading less often. To this day, Yamakyu still experiences horrifying events at his haunted home in Japan. But
Is
is
this
it
God
real?
King?
Could the wailing voice and aggressive knocking be the spirit of the previous owner who passed away in the bathroom?
It probably is, yeah.
Let me know what you think.
And then he just got his ass fucking
Mirror,
boiled.
Mirror. Paranormal investigator Amy from the YouTube channel Shadowhunters UK TV is joined by fellow ghost hunters Moxley's Paranormal and Ghosts on Trent as they stay at the infamously haunted 30 East Drive in Pontefract, England. They say that long ago on this very same location, a monk was hanged for taking the life of a young girl.
Aww.
The house is said to be haunted by his angry spirit, which they call the Black Monk. Throughout the house, there are CCTV cameras installed, and one of them captures a very bizarre and chilling event as Amy simply looks at herself in the upstairs bedroom mirror.
She makes like a creepy smile.
Whoa!
Amy's face appears to distort into a horrifying gaping maw. Her mouth opens up to such an impossible extent that the investigators believe that they might have captured a paranormal transfiguration. The video is definitely very creepy and doesn't appear to be a digital glitch. But just what do you think happened here? Let me know.
The monk tried to, like, enter her
The full two-part investigation at the haunted 30 East Drive over on the YouTube channel Shadowhunters UK TV. The demon down the hall. Supernatural investigator Cody Aaron says in his YouTube and TikTok videos that he doesn't believe that ghosts are real, or at least that they aren't the lingering spirits of humans. Instead, he believes that all paranormal experiences are actually demonic in nature. Cody says that he has successfully helped troubled families struggling with demonic presences for years. So when a family member reaches out to Cody about the terrifying activity occurring in their office building, the concerned investigator doesn't hesitate to offer a helping hand. But what he encounters in this office building even takes him by surprise. Cody records as he explores the creepy empty office space at night. What happens next is downright chilling.
Okay, you guys, so this is the door that moves on its own, and that's the chair that moves on its own.
Oh, haunted chair.
And
I did one of these.
I'm just tired, you know. There's absolutely nothing here this time.
Behind you, Cody!
I've not seen anything. It's 9:46, and usually everything happens by this time, but nothing's going on.
Oh my god, if only he knew!
What's usually here today, so I kind of guess maybe that's what it is, and I'm just gonna call it a day. I'll start again tomorrow maybe, and we'll see what.
It's the don't go back, Cody. Apparently this was an office space that only hired children.
I'm the only one here right now, and the door just closed on its own.
No, Cody, don't. The chair's gonna move. Oh my god. Oh my god. The ghost is still trying to finish its Excel spreadsheets. And you've interrupted it now, Cody. Jesus Christ.
Did you see it? Cody is completely unaware of what appears to be a small girl standing right behind him. When he walks into the room the figure appeared in, a door behind him slams shut. After reviewing his spooky footage, the investigator decides to return for another night. And it did not go well.
Okay, so I'm here by myself. All of these green lights means that there's no motion, right? Look in this room.
Nosferatu?
What in the world is that?
Who is that is a better question.
That is insane. I have never seen something like this. This is directly beside me in the next room.
Well, go say hi, fucking asshole. He clearly wants your attention.
Did you see that? It disappeared. What in the world?
Oh, I got tired of waiting. Like, what do you want?
Okay. I'm going over. I have to see what this is. See, and look.
Thanks to the
Here is the
resub
motion
gauge.
detection for me in this room. There I am on the screen. There's no motion detect. Look, it's moving. And there's
Didn't
no
go
motion
over there.
detection right there. That is nuts. Look at that.
He's not gonna be there all night, Cody.
Let's do it.
Thanks to the reset potato. You've made him mad.
I'm gonna need Eric's help for this. I'm not gonna do this by myself.
What? Why? This is the
Cody
whole
shocked
point of you
when
being
suddenly
here.
a loud voice yells, "Leave." So could it be that the office building is haunted by a demonic presence?
Yeah.
Or could it all just be an elaborate hoax?
Elaborate might not be the word I'd use, but it is
check out
possible.
more paranormal moments over on Cody Aaron's TikTok page and YouTube channel. Signs and Signals. Ghost hunters Dave and Dell from the YouTube channel Signs and Signals were contacted by one of their viewers about a home that they were renovating to be sold. During renovations, they experienced loud, unexplained knocking and banging, and objects seemed to mysteriously move around all on their own. The renovators got so spooked that they put a complete stop to the project. The house has been sitting empty ever since, with no hope of it ever being sold. Dave and Dell head out to investigate the house and search for a possible cause for the unexplained terrifying events. As soon as the guys arrive and step out of their car, they already hear strange banging sounds coming from inside the dark, creepy house.
I got it. Look, dude.
Yeah, they're trying to have sex
You
in
hear
there,
that,
man.
right?
Like, what the fuck do you want? It's an abandoned house.
Yeah. It's just... Dude, I'm not going in there. You are out of your mind if you
Why
think
did you
I'm
get
going
in the
there.
car?
Dude,
What do you
that's they say
mean?
they hear in here. But damn, yeah, I know. That's so like what we heard before. Where's the flashlight? You got the flashlight? Yeah. Get that bag. Get the bag. What the f, man? God damn. Dude, come on, man. I know we ain't about to go.
I really
in
think
here.
all homeless people should find houses in like other places like this and just live there.
What are we supposed to do?
Just wait for paranormal investigators
She
to
said
show
this
up
was
one
like
day
a
for a
problem that was
YouTube video
going
and
on.
scare them.
What, she said there were bangs like this? Yeah, I mean, she said that the cruise was getting run up by bangs and things moving around and shit.
Thanks to the bit soulless.
If this is paranormal thing, then we need to have this on camera.
All homeless people should find houses. Yeah, I guess if you boil it down to the cliff notes.
Was that a bird? Yeah. Dude, Dale.
Yeah, they didn't even come here with boiling water.
Yo. Anybody in here?
Dave and Dell look through the entire house and find nothing and no one to explain the banging sounds they heard. Then, things get weird.
Are they overcome with like a love potion or something? They start flirting with each other? How weird are we talking, huh?
Ain't nobody
You get a little goofy?
Does anybody here that like to communicate? Oh my! Oh my God!
Goodness gracious.
While exploring one
That
of
was
the rooms,
close.
loud banging absolutely scares the out of the two ghost hunters and they make a run for it. Then before they can even get out, a heavy hallway door slams shut right in front of them. After uploading their video to YouTube, many viewers requested that the two investigators head back to the haunted house one final time.
I love the
Slightly
commenters. Hey, can you go
terrified,
back until you
two
die?
friends agree. When they are about to enter the building through the front door, Dave hears something.
Uh-oh.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, 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 whoa. God damn. You scared the shit out of me. Sound like you scared the shit out yourself.
Nice.
Yo.
Dave tries to joke around as they are about to enter the house, but both of the guys are feeling quite a bit nervous. Once inside, the two friends search through the entire house, checking every room. But, well, nothing happens and no one's there. But then, they hear something horrifying.
The ghost shit itself too.
I know you're f***ing with me, dude. Is that up? That ain't upstairs, that's back there. Listen. It is. Dude, it's back here.
It's the creepiest thing I've ever heard.
Why is that so creepy? It's just a music box. Pussy. Thanks to reset Alfonso.
Dale, you with me, right?
No. I got the knife.
I swear to God, if you're with me.
I got the knife. Just let me get it. Hello?
Oh, don't open it! It's an ice cream truck ghost! God, this is really fucking loud. Jesus Christ.
I didn't know they even played music.
Why is it so fucking loud?
Man, you crazy.
Thanks to playing Jake and Raris.
We can't just run from this. People
Turn it off! Oh my god, it's hurting my ear.
What the am I looking at?
Alright, now's the time to tell me if you're really messing with me. Are you messing with me?
Yeah, I walked all the way back here and
I don't know, you do some crazy shit.
Turn the fucking torch off! Jesus! Or shit your pants again. I don't care, man, but God, it's loud.
Straight up, bro. I ain't messing with you. Look, how did that thing turn on? Yeah, look, how did that thing turn on?
God damn. This is giving me a headache. Holy shit.
Dave and Dell find a music box playing inside one of the bedroom closets.
Pyro.
When Dave turns toward Dell, a dark figure can be seen in the reflection of a mirror hanging on the closet door. Whoever or whatever it is appears to just be watching the two investigators from the other room. Dave and Dell decide to leave the house, having no clue of what they just captured. You can watch this entire two-part investigation over on the YouTube channel,
Watch the new
Signs and Signals.
Haven't seen the new tube vid yet. I'll watch it. I don't feel like finishing it. That was so fucking loud. Gave me a headache. Reddit's darkest corners. Let's ride.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I have a lot of announcements, so I'm gonna try to make this very quick.
The
first announcement is
in blood.
600,000 subscribers. The last video,
this channel's popping off.
500,000. As of filming this video, we are at 622,000 subscribers. And honestly, thank you guys. Thank you to all the newcomers that are coming from Critical's channel. First of all, Charlie, thank you so much. I know I told you thank you in DMs, and by the way, guys, the fact that I spoke to
he's such a sweetheart. Unironically, he's such a sweetheart.
But I feel like I'm saying something I would like to repeat. So thank you to all the newcomers. Also, there was no like cinematic intro for this video because the channel intro editor known as Charge is actually he's actually editing the music video that's gonna be out soon. That's right. Cherry Soda.
He seems like a nice guy. He is.
Single, which I'm sure all of you guys are gonna like, even if you don't listen to Hyperpop. I'm sure you're all gonna like it. That's how confident I am. We do not have an official release date, but the video will premiere here on my channel live. Yes, I'll be in the chat. I'm literally gonna ping everyone on Discord and
fuck, man, that horse is really like hurting my head.
So it's gonna be a live event. I'm thinking 6 p.m. PST. So convert that over to whatever your time zone you're in. But seriously, it's gonna come out.
You've seen Carl H?
Sure. So just keep your eyes open on that. It might be on the channel already, just like for the countdown thing. Hey guys, I want to let you guys know that I actually did an interview with Mocknix, and it's so extremely funny. I love this interview, and it's my first interview ever. So if you guys want to get to know me, make sure to check it out in the link in the description. And here's a little preview of what the interview looks like.
Tough. Reminds me of Comedy Night.
Guys, Mocknix is pushing P.
Turn off that fucking sign.
All girls hit me up. Hit me the
Get this man a collab with 100 Gex. Do they still make music?
You could be right there.
100 Gex is Piss Baby, right?
Corners. In this video, we will be covering specific subreddits and users that can be described as strange, disturbing, odd. And I know what you guys are thinking. Dude, all of Reddit is like disgusting. What are you talking about? I know it is. I know it is. But let's just go even deeper than the surface. This video will be a little
You don't want to go deeper than the surface on Reddit.
To help me out on certain topics. I want to give a big shout out to Juno over on the Tub Discord for
Thanks to
helping
Granny
me out
and
with this idea.
Hero.
Juno gave me the idea. That's what I'm trying to say. If you guys have video ideas that you want me to cover, make sure to go leave it in the video ideas channel over on the Discord. I'm not gonna lie, literally like 9 out of 10 of them are horrible. I go on that channel. Dude, I remember someone requested me to talk about Harry Styles. Like, what do you want me to say? The dark side of Harry Styles. Like, no.
Harry Styles has probably got some fucked up shit in his past.
People say my intros are long. Okay, if they're long, literally skip to where the video starts. That's why I leave chapters in my videos, okay? So,
does he?
Skip, I don't care. Anyway, let's get started with the video.
Oh, that's cute.
r/Jizzy cards.
Jizzy cards.
37 members. Oh boy, we're starting off strong with this one. Okay, r/Jizzy cards. If you had to take a guess of what that even meant, go ahead, take a guess.
All right, I bet I can nail this. I would imagine it's people doing cum tributes on old video game cartridges. I would say it's people that like, I love Ocarina of Time so much, here's the N64 cartridge. Just fucking blast it. That would be my guess.
Certain you wouldn't have guessed men ejaculating onto video game cartridges and...
But I did. I fucking did.
Discs. For fun. Yeah.
Yep, but I did.
Only...
I know these communities so fucking well. I've never heard of Jizzy carts. I know this shit so well. Because there's other communities like this. Like I mentioned cum tributes. This is huge for like figurines. It's like U2's. U2's has their own cum tribute community where people will get U2's of their favorite YouTuber or whatever and they'll literally just cum on it. They'll put it in jars and shit. Yeah, it's huge. It's fucking huge. So I knew right away Jizzy carts had to be video game related. I bet most people go to like shopping carts or something of cum, but I fucking knew exactly where this was gonna go. Thanks to the anonymous 5 gift subs, man, and the 10 gift subs, huge ass Marcus. You guys like mods at Jizzy carts or something? Yeah, hey, fuck yeah, keep up the good work, and thank you for the generosity.
15 posts, and the subreddit was created in 2012. The most recent image was posted 3 years ago. It's safe to say that this subreddit is dead. The images consisted of 3 different accounts, but who's to say it wasn't just one person with 2 other alt accounts? The comments mainly consist of people questioning the existence of the subreddit and, requests? The main user posting these images goes
by... I want to read the request. What did he want? If it wasn't Donkey Kong 64, they fucked up. That's a cool cartridge. Oh, better yet, Majora's Mask. That had the holographic. Good to see a rareware game being humiliated like this. I would shoot a load on Conker's Bad Fur Day, but I'm low on money at the moment. It costs nothing to ejaculate. Unless you have to put like a quarter in like a jar at your house like for every time you sin. I don't know what you mean. I guess like he has to buy the game.
The main user posting these images goes by ISVP7, and by clicking on this account, we can see he's still active. By the way, just by browsing this account, I got like 5 other strange subreddits that are in this video, so shout out to ISVP7. User snapped fingers. All credit to Eudoxia Mysteries video on this. He made a 25-minute detailed
video. He's a bit
so
soulless in the prime skelly.
He's almost at 100,000 subscribers, and honestly, he deserves a lot more. So make sure to subscribe to Eudoxia Mysteries. Anyway, this is a case of a missing or dead Redditor. I obviously can't cover everything in this video because I'm covering these things in a very broad manner just because it's a list video. This story begins with the user claiming that they can see things that aren't actually there, like paranormal things, and that they were told by experts on Discord that they have to make a sacrifice.
Experts on Discord, huh?
In order for the interdimensional beings to leave them alone. Discord experts? Like...
That's what I said.
The things they describe
That's definitely a red flag.
Dark figures of humans, adults, and children, spiders, snakes, and more. They also explain that they are against medication and refuse to see a doctor. This story is very similar to that of Worthless 319, which we already covered on the channel, so make sure to watch that after this video. Eventually,
Worthless 319 was the video we watched. It's about the Redditor who claimed he blew his cock off to save the world with a gun. I'm pretty sure it was all a hoax. I looked into it further after the stream. I'm almost 100% sure that was all just a big, like, ooh, so edgy kind of thing. The pictures weren't even of, like, a dick that had been shot by a gun. It was just more of, like, a really deformed, weird wiener. I don't know how to describe it. But yeah, that was definitely not, like, a real thing. But the penectomy shit is real. There are people that do actually cut their cocks and all of that, but it wasn't that Redditor doing it.
Actually, Snapped Fingers questions the reality of there being a hell portal in the Paris catacombs and explains that they're booking a flight to put an end to this. What are the Paris catacombs though? During the Gallo-Roman period, many cemeteries within the city limits had become filled to overflowing, resulting in unsanitary and unpleasant living conditions. The problem grew so much that by 1786, these cemeteries were being emptied for reasons of public safety, with the remains of about 6 million bodies requiring to be reburied. The only location with sufficient room to hold them were all the former mine tunnels 20 meters beneath the city. Thus, the former limestone mines
Someone got lost
Paris
in the Paris catacombs and died.
as the catacombs. So yeah, it's a
I think
very
there's like a
creepy
YouTube
place
video
which
about
you
it.
can actually go visit. Some of it is open to the public. You just gotta pay. So back to Snapped Fingers. Their last post on the account, which was 2 years ago, reads, "We'll be entering the catacombs in a few hours-ish," with another comment under it reading, "Also, I am very fast. I used to run track back when I was in junior high school. I can likely outrun any possessed people. I am excited to finally close this chapter of my life and shut that blasted portal off for good." Now, personally, I do think this person was suffering from schizophrenia. Or, I could be completely wrong. This could be someone just looking for attention. The thing with these Redditor stories...
Most likely attention when on Reddit.
We don't know. We don't really know. There is going to be one on the list where we do get an update. But for the most part, these are people that just never signed back into the account. r/coming on figurines. 35.
That's what I was just fucking talking about. This is where they'll do like U2s, Marvel figurines, all kinds of shit. I was just talking about that. Yeah, this one's kind of popular. They go kind of wild.
0.9 thousand members. I mean, pretty self-explainable. It's always been a thing to nut on figurines. I can't even say that one. Wow. It's always been a thing to nut on figurines, especially in jars. Shout out to that.
Yeah.
Shout out to the My Little Pony jar. No idea why, but something interesting I found
back
about
in the
this
Brony
subreddit
era.
is that the owner
God
has
rest
a
their
Patreon
soul.
where you can enter for, quote, figurine giveaways. Yeah. There's 28 patrons paying monthly to get exclusive pictures and videos of a man nutting on anime figurines.
Yo, he's probably got a great collection.
Wow. Honestly, I just want to get all through
They're probably not there for the nut or for the collection.
Let's go over to the next one. r/inbreeding. 25.5 thousand members. When just fucking your family isn't enough. Their description reads, subreddit for posts about adult inbreeding, real or fantasy, porn or stories, AMA questions and answers.
Jesus Christ.
It's inbreeding related.
This is tier 1 play it
Personal
safe.
experiences are encouraged and supported. The posts consist of a lot of people's stories, and honestly, I can't tell if they're real or just fantasy. When loading up the subreddit, we can see that this community is quarantined. When a subreddit is quarantined, it means that it's dedicated to shocking or highly offensive content, and you must be logged in order to access it. So basically like a shadow ban. And here's a strange comment I found. Well, the whole subreddit is more than strange, but again, I don't know if these people are telling the truth or just having some crazy fantasy roleplay. Congrats, that's awesome. My mom and I are currently both pregnant with my dad's babies, and that's awesome. Here's another comment that I found, and it comes from the perspective of a daughter that's dating her father. My current status is mostly a girlfriend, but he still sees me as a daughter often. I'll get scolded if I'm not careful enough, and sometimes that's a turn off for me. Lol. Rarely he uses the phrase, "because I'm your father, Christy," and we end up fighting. Fortunately for me, he's very sweet and caring, and he knows me very well, and he even hates the thought of hurting me, so he always makes up with me the same day.
Alright.
Cum tagging, 2,000 members. But yeah, this was just the guys splurging on objects. Men splurging on objects. I mean, that's it. There's nothing more to explain to that. We have public trash cans, airport toilet paper holders, campus bathrooms.
I actually...
Yeah.
So, I don't know about cum tagging, but I do know there was a... I don't want to give too much away about the guy. I've talked about it before. We've talked about it before on the podcast. We used to have this thing where we talk to people from the Patreon podcast, and one of the people that was a regular is a U.S. soldier, and he was on a submarine. He was on one of the nuclear subs, so in between his tours, he'd come on to the hangout with us, and he'd always tell us this story, like these stories about like the people on the subs to pass time will literally just like come on things in the sub. I don't know how real that is, or if it was just like his degenerate crew or whatever, but it's apparently like super common, at least on that vessel, because he would talk about it like pretty much every time he came back. Do we have any other like submarine boys in here that can confirm or deny? What episode? No, it was like just hangouts where we just talked to people. It was a while ago. We haven't done that in a couple of years now. Thanks, Resub Chewy. I heard living on those is fucking horrible. Oh, it sounds absolutely miserable. Yeah, it sounds true. I can't imagine a worse career than being on a submarine. You can't leave it, you're confined to such tight space, and apparently all your friends are just ejaculating on everything. Sounds terrible. My dad was on one, but I'm not going to ask him. Why? Just hit him with that, hey, Pop, you ever come on the sub? Thanks to the resub, Turbo. Sounds like the average frat house. Well, the way he described it sounded like everything a frat, like the worst parts of a frat house at the worst possible place. It seemed miserable. But yeah, apparently that's pretty common there. According to one guy that we talked to. That was the only guy we knew like that ever worked on subs. All the other veterans were usually in like, I don't know, like the Marines or something, sometimes Air Force.
Just continuing the list of wholesome subreddits on this list. Ew. That's so gross. Women hating subreddits.
I used to give some cheese.
It's not women hating the subreddits, but it's women hate. Men that hate women. I found a lot of subreddits that are now archived. They don't exist anymore, right? But we have r/beating women. We have r/r-wording women.
Jesus Christ.
I hate women. We have r/just r-word. I'm not gonna go through what. I mean, you guys can imagine.
Yeah, I can pretty much take a guess.
I hate them. I want to do this to them. I want to R-word. Like, I found an archive of the R-wording women one. I mean, just look at the suggestions.
Oh my god, what the fuck is this? There's a thing on Reddit where like almost every sub has the same moderators. I wonder if they were mods on here. I imagine at least one or two of them were. There's only like 100 mods on all of Reddit, and they happen to mod every other subreddit on that fucking site. Like, there's some mods that are literally a power mod of 100 other different subreddits.
Like, Reddit was a crazy place back then, and still is, but it was just a lot less monitored. r/iBletch, 228,000 members. iBletch is one of the more popular ones on this subreddit, especially if you're into gore and just disturbing things in general. I wouldn't use the word mainstream because we're going to talk about another subreddit that has like millions of members, but definitely more popular. It's ironic that this is one of the more popular ones because you can argue it has the worst stuff imaginable. r/iBletch became one of the main subreddits to visit for gore, especially when r/gore and r/watch people die.
Oh, I actually remember when they did that.
Why isn't this one taken down? According to some users, this subreddit is completely banned in some countries. However, I do not know which ones. Yeah, I have nothing more to add to this. I don't know what else to say about it. It's pretty gross though, so you know, a little warning if you guys want to head over there.
Was that first one Tub Girl? I didn't read it.
Pissers gone wild. 1.2 thousand members. We fuck shit up. This community is for the dedicated sink pissers who want to take their game to the next level.
Fuck yeah, finally.
2019. This is a subreddit dedicated to people peeing in sinks.
Finally, my kind of people.
Is pointless at this point. We're
my
talking
brethren.
About Reddit. Peeing in your sink, weird, but okay. I mean, you're not harming anyone, right? But these people go out of their way to sometimes pee in public sinks or their friends' bathrooms. Yeah, it's
get pranked.
To walk into your local retail store or a neighbor's house, a friend's house, walk into the bathroom and record yourself peeing in their sink, hoping that no one walks in, with captions like, fuck it, not my sink, cleaning out the neighbor's sink, and always better in a public sink. I think it's safe to say that the members of this server are not in the right headspace. And I'm sure some of them are gonna watch this. My videos get very popular now, and if I'm offending any of you, I'm sorry. I don't want any of you to fucking pull up to my house and start peeing in my sink.
True, you don't want to fuck with the sink
pissers. It's not like I have a
pissers.
piss kink or anything. I don't. I mean, imagine going to a friend's house and then thinking, oh boy, I can't wait to take a piss in their sink and record it for
I'm sure everyone's pissed in a sink at least once in their life. Like, let's not mince
Make
words.
sure to leave a like, and if you're not subscribed, make sure to subscribe.
We've all been 2 or 3 Bud Lights deep, 19 years old,
An
and
extremely sad story.
it's a little wacky.
Last words. His account has since been deleted, but I'll be using screenshots that I found from a YouTube video, so all my sources will be linked down in the description. This user would make extremely depressing posts on multiple subreddits. I'll read some so you guys get the idea of what this person was battling. I'm just struggling to understand the meaning behind enjoying life. If it's just gonna end at some point, either abruptly with no warning, young, or slowly and humiliatingly with old age. What is a hug supposed to feel like? I'm genuinely considering just for the small chance that it will allow me to start life over. Further on, he goes to explain that he has a facial deformity due to his mother smoking while he was in her stomach, so while she was pregnant. He describes regretting pursuing engineering and is really going to go through with taking his own life. Then we get this
That's
post.
sad.
I lose. I am 25 years old. I have a degree. I have been actively searching for a job for half a year now, getting absolutely nowhere. I am a virgin despite efforts to not be one. I am poor. I live in the cheapest student dormitory in the city. All my flatmates are filthy and I don't feel comfortable in my own home. I may get kicked out any day at short notice once they discover I am not a student anymore. I have no friends. My family has excommunicated me. I am born with a malformed face. This isn't exaggeration or drama. My medical records describe me as malformed. I am
This one's just sad
and will never be looked at with affection. I am r/oh come on 63.1 thousand members. 63.1 thousand. That's actually a lot. There's a lot of humans that have joined this subreddit. They describe themselves as a place to challenge others to come in unusual places, ways, and circumstances. You know what? I'm not gonna describe any. I'm gonna describe one. Sorry, guys. This one is it's called the Oreo video.
I've never heard of
something
come
that
on.
is gonna be stuck in my brain forever, and it's even hard to repeat what happened. But I'm gonna do it for you guys. One, because it's funny. Two, that's it. It's just funny. So there's this video where this guy, I'm gonna use the word splurge, okay? I'm not gonna, yeah. So this guy, you know, Oreo,
The word
got
is
the white
usually
stuff in the middle,
splooge. Is
right?
splurge the new one?
This guy, like, takes off the cream, right? And then splurges where the cream should be, puts the fucking Oreo on top, you know, makes the cookie again with the splurge, like, leaking out and shit, and fucking eats it on video, dude.
Yeah, that's
well,
hardcore.
He doesn't eat it on video, but, like, you could tell, he's munching on it, right?
That's Chris
It's just,
Chan
like,
shit.
and I already know some of you guys are gonna
That's
go look it
gourmet.
up. If you guys watch my channel, I know you guys are gonna go look it up. At least give me the watch time. Like always, give me the watch time and then go give yourself a little bit of trauma. That one's called the Oreo video. Not officially named that, but I'm naming it the Oreo video. This video is brought to you by manscaped.com. Feeling your best starts with
Manscaped does slap. Agreed.
r/just-no, MIL. 1.8 million
Whoa.
members. MIL means mother-in-law. This subreddit is dedicated to people venting about their horrible mothers and mother-in-laws. I'm gonna read you guys a story that pissed me off and I'm sure will enrage any normal human being. When my twin girls were born, we had no issues in the hospital. They were born right on their due date, latched perfectly, and passed all their postnatal tests with stellar stats.
Nice.
When we brought them home, however, we noticed that one of the girls, let's call her OD, since she was a whole 4.5 minutes older than her sister, was developing a rash. I hadn't really dealt with allergies in kids since my son didn't have them, and neither did any child or adult in my entire family. I wasn't sure what it was. I thought that maybe she just had sensitive skin like me. I can't tolerate certain fabrics because I have very dry skin, and I'll often break out in rashes if my skin decides that it doesn't like something. So I stopped using fabric softener on all the clothes. I bought the nicest, most comfortable bedding and clothes. At one point, I even made her clothes myself in the fear that maybe something in the manufacturing process was upsetting my OD. We went to the doctor several times, and they knew that she was having an allergic reaction to something. But every test came back negative, and we couldn't
Oh, and it
figure
turned out
what
the
it
mother-in-law was
It
doing
took
some
3
crazy
more
shit.
months to figure it out. During that time, her allergic reactions got more and more severe. At one point, she was the only baby in the history of the hospital who had to be kept in a clean room because she seemed to have a reaction the minute she left. When that happened, we began to have elimination therapy that would rival the lifestyle of Buddhist monks. My husband and I moved our son NYD in with his parents because we needed to eliminate everything from our routine to figure out what was causing the reaction to our OD. We stopped using our soap, our shampoo, our deodorants, our laundry detergents, and that was before we even got to our diet. It took us 3 more months, but we figured it out. Our OD was allergic to coconut. The doctors told us that it was a particularly rare allergen, and so it wasn't on any of the skin test panels they ran. When we found out what she was allergic to, we were so relieved. So relieved. But in addition to feeling relieved, I delved into a bot of hysterical laughter. I laughed so hard I cried, and to this day, my DH tells me that he didn't know if I was crying from relief or pure happiness. Okay, so like I said, this story is very long, but to summarize it, the baby has an allergic reaction to coconut oil, and now we're being introduced to the mother, right? The mother of the woman. And this
I thought it was gonna be something like the mother-in-law was
serious,
like using bleach on the kid or some shit.
Like what's gonna happen? So let's skip to where the grandmother is taking care of the baby. My mother had put coconut oil in both my daughter's hair when they were playing the previous day before bed. The girls loved it when my mom did their hair, and so they asked for braids, and my mom was doing their hair. She put coconut oil in both their hair because it would make for smoother braids. According to my son, OD started to get a little dizzy and itchy when my mom was doing her hair, so my mom gave her some kids Benadryl, which made her sleepy. Since it was close to bedtime anyways, the kids went to bed. Giving her Benadryl was something we did whenever she had a mild reaction, since it usually meant she accidentally came across some coconut. from a secondary source. We also showered her head to toe immediately to erase any lingering traces of it. My mother simply gave her some Benadryl and kept the coconut oil in her hair and put her to fucking sleep. The Benadryl made her sleepy and unable to wake up or be conscious enough to wake up her brother or cry. She vomited in her sleep and the rash spread all over. Her little body was swollen to twice the size.
That was sad.
She had asphyxiated in her sleep. She died painfully and slowly in the early hours of the morning. My mother was never arrested. My father did leave her, though they're not officially divorced. The majority of my mother's family refuse to speak to her, and the few that do speak to her only do so on a limited basis. She currently lives on her own in a small town, and every couple months I'll get a call from her telling me how sorry she is and how she just wasn't thinking, and can I please find a way to forgive her. She wants to come see me. The only thing I can find to ever say to her is, you can come see me when you bring my daughter with you. If you guys want to go read it on your own, it's a lot longer than what I just said, and I know what I said.
Man, that's probably one of the most intense ones on that subreddit.
Horrible. That sucks.
The rest is probably
God,
my mother-in-law baked a
bro.
dry turkey.
That's what ignorance does, man. Let's move on.
Jesus Christ.
R/jailbait. The Urban Dictionary
definition that was a big one back in the day.
A female who is under the age of consent.
That shit was
dresses,
fucked.
acts, and appears as if she is over the age of consent, and who does nothing to correct that impression when she is bedded. Yeah, when I read that, I was like, whoa, what kind of victim blaming, dude? Why are you getting mad at them? Like, nah, I don't want to get off track, but it's just weird when guys are like, yo, you shouldn't dress like that. Too young. It's not even your life. Just fucking move on. Go on Reddit. Actually, that's what they were doing. It was just a place where creeps would talk about underage girls. At the time, Eric Martin,
they used it the front page almost every week,
subreddits, including jailbait, by claiming that it was one of the side effects of promoting free expression on the web. Reddit administrators took down the subreddit after a user shared a picture of an underage teenager, saying that he had nude photos of her as well. And many users were requesting, you know, send me. Yeah, it's just pretty disgusting stuff.
Yeah, he's underselling how popular that was. Back when I first found Reddit, I would have been, what, a junior in high school? Jailbait was usually on the front page. That was a massive fucking subreddit. That would, what year would that have been? 2011-ish? It was fucking crazy. Yeah, and that was like, for some reason on Reddit, that like was totally normal. And I remember someone made a big hoopla. I don't remember, it might have been R-atheism, to be honest, because that was also huge then. Someone made like a huge hoopla, like, why the fuck are we just allowing like open pedophiles on the site, like super transparent? And they're like, no, jailbait's fine. Jailbait's good for Reddit, actually. It was like a huge controversy when people were like, we need to get jailbait the fuck out of here. But they fought tooth and nail. That was on there for a long time. Like a really long time. Much longer than you would expect.
Spontaneous H. This is
That's
the story
Twitter now.
Of a Redditor who documented
okay, I guess.
Injecting heroin. I'll read the main posts. I did heroin yesterday. I am not a drug user and have never done anything besides pot back when I was a teen. Ask me anything. This is a little long. I've never been a drug user. I drink once in a while and smoked pot years ago back when I was a teen in high school a few times, and that's it. I'm 24 now, have a master's, and a well-paid
this one's
full-time
fake.
job. Yesterday, I was
usually the
walking
personal
Washington
stories
Square
are
Park, where I pass every day, and there are always people looking to sell drugs. Not in the park anymore due to the cameras, but it is well known you can meet a dealer and do the transaction elsewhere these days. They usually don't solicit drugs to you unless you stop to stand around near one of them for some reason or look like you're looking for something. Yesterday, I happened to stop by a row of benches to check some messages on my phone when a dealer on the bench to my right asked me if I need anything. My life has been pretty boring the last few years, and I felt like I haven't really lived, taken any risks, or done anything crazy. So I figured, what the hell? Maybe I'll buy some pot. It's been a while. I said yeah, and after asking me several times if I'm a cop, he gives me his number and tells me to meet him at a fast food place several blocks away, and he will, quote, hook me up.
Sleep
I was
well,
blown away by
man.
the power of this drug and how orgasmic it felt. I never understood why people did drugs before and got so hooked on them, but now I see why. I have the urge to do it again, but I will resist and not do it, at least not for a long time. I understand the addiction potential and how someone could easily tear apart their lives with this stuff. Heroin is pure powdered pleasure. I actually feel proud of myself for having the balls to do something this crazy, and I feel like it was a valuable life experience and my window into another world and part of society. I'll never forget the day I did heroin. Now, ask me anything. 2 weeks ago, I tried heroin once for fun and made an AMA. I have been using since and shot up for the first time today. AMA. Wednesday night update. Fucking, I'm still withdrawing, throwing up, and sweating out gallons of sweat. I really want to use and relapse right now. I know I shouldn't. These urges are so strong and overpowering.
No shot,
Please
these are
help
real.
me if you
Nah,
can
I
before
usually
get
don't
chance
believe
to.
the
Fuck my life.
personal
I wish I was
ones.
trolling and this was some elaborate lie. I was doing everything right, have been clean, and somehow a rumor got out that I've been using, and my girlfriend found out. She basically broke up with me last night, but is now putting that decision on hold. I have some serious unrelated business/work I need to attend to in 2 hours, and I don't know if I'll be in any state to be able to be ready. I can't stop crying. Fuck heroin. Fuck my life. I guess I don't need to say that since heroin pretty much fucked my life for me in under 2 weeks. I just want to die. I am a patient in a psychiatric hospital. I was also technically dead last week. Ask me anything. Well, you guys will be happy to know that this person is actually still alive. Even though this all happened about 12 years ago, this user actually came back 4 months ago with an update. It's been a while. This is not an AMA or anything exciting, really. I saw a disturbing and sad post about an opiate overdose on
tier 1
Freakout
slang.
And was reminded to try to
Is it
log
totally
in
fake?
and check
Yeah,
this. I
probably.
guess it's been over 3 years since I checked this or posted anything. I find this Reddit account pretty overwhelming. I'm just posting to let people know that I'm still alive, clean, and doing well. Thanks to everyone who reached out in messages checking in over the past few years, and sorry if I can't get back to you. Here's another comment with more details where he responded to another user. It has been coming up on almost 11 years since I have used heroin, any hard drugs, or alcohol. That was November 2010. A few years ago, I had a slip and just smoked weed, which is a bad mistake, so I consider my current total clean time 3 years since I count that. Nice. We actually had a happy ending to this one. Love that. Love that he's still okay and doing just fine. It's kind of crazy to just be like, hey yo, let me just shoot up some heroin. Fuck it.
Tier 1
My life's
gifted?
kind of boring. Oh, should I document my experience doing that? No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Yeah. Yeah, no. Alright guys, that's gonna be it for this video. Don't click off yet. Don't click off yet.
I knew
wanna
almost
say
all of
something. In
those.
the community tab, when I was telling you guys to leave requests for
Nice.
video ideas, right? Or like Reddit ideas for this one. People were saying that I
He didn't
just,
even
like,
cover
steal
True
video
Cells, which
idea
is
topics,
surprising.
and I just cover them in a mediocre way. Which
Do you guys remember True Cells? That was a little bit before the big incel explosion. There's the Prime Grant. Wow, most people don't seem to remember it. True Cells was basically, they were the progenitor to modern incels. They had a lot of very sad dudes that would post shit like women should be kept on farms and men should be allowed to buy women to fuck them. Like really horrible stuff, like incel shit, before it became mainstream. That one was pretty wild. They had like full websites full of like hundreds of pages where people would like write some real gross shit and their weird view on the world. Thanks the resub, Asa. Pre or post Elliot Rogers? Fuck, I'd have to really think. I'm not sure. I think it was post because I vaguely remember that one of the websites had Elliot Rogers like their poster child. So I'm thinking it was post Elliot Rogers. Yeah, it was fucked. Thanks the voice crack, the resub Shoof and Cypher. I feel like there were some other ones that weren't covered, but I can't think of them off the top of my head. True Cells is just one that I always remembered. You going to bed? I'll come say goodnight in a sec. Why do people go so feral for sex? I don't know, man. There's some fucking weirdos out there. Just as simple as that. Thanks to the resub madness. Just get a fleshlight or a dildo. Don't be ridiculous. You can't stick your dick in a dildo. They do have cock extenders, though, which I guess you could kind of fuck. Is the resub narcogenic and the bits greasy and light. Oh, that was another one he didn't cover. The sounding subreddit. That actually might still be popping off. I remember the sounding subreddit was pretty wild in its infancy. There was a guy that stuck like a pretty sizable dildo in his cock hole. Of course, it wasn't like full-sized or anything, but it was still like a fucking impressive feat. Yeah, sounding is when you put things in your urethra. And there is a subreddit for it. I'm assuming it's still there. Did it hurt? I don't know, man. I'm not that guy. I would imagine it would. Yeah. I would guess. Thanks for resub Taco, Duber, and Swimmy. You can check out the Majora's Mask Lunatic video. I feel like we watched that one. It sounds really familiar. Thanks to the Prime Nail. I actually think I'm going to call it an early night. I'm getting tired. Alright, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. To everyone who donated, big thank you. Thanks to the resub, Mortis. To all the new subs, welcome aboard. Sub means a lot, so thank you for subbing. We'll do another YouTube night in the next couple days, because we still have some slapping to watch, and then there's another video I wanted to watch as well, plus the NFT thing. So yeah, we'll do another one pretty soon. Have a good night, everyone, and thanks again for the generosity. I will send you to... Well, actually, can I even do a raid from here? I should be able to. I'll send you to... Umbrella. He's playing Outlast 2. Outlast 2 slaps. I haven't played that game in a while, but I did like Outlast 2 quite a bit. Thanks again, everyone. See you tomorrow. And thanks to resub Jack and Lals and the Prime Kep.